Friday night. I feel all right. We are live on the tube. Your boy Viper is here. Let's go to work. Starting a couple of minutes early tonight because I remember that lately I've been kind of late to the live stream on Friday night for whatever reason. But tonight we are kicking it off a couple of minutes early. But we here. We're live. We got people in the chat. I'm going to acknowledge you all in a couple of minutes here. But yeah, tonight I don't have I really don't have like a set like topic, whatever. I'm just going to talk about whatever's off the top of my head. Whatever you guys are talking about in the chat, I will respond to in real time. We'll have a chit chat. And I have a special guest coming to the show tonight who has never been on Friday Night Vibe. I mean, that's kind of crazy at the point. We've been doing it for 3 years, and I've had practically everybody on these live streams, but we have a first-time guest coming tonight who has never been on the show. Definitely glad to have them here tonight. So when they come, we'll chop it up and we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're going live right now on Friday Night Vibe. So should I bust out the watch? Should I break out the watch? Should I break out the watch and begin? Should I begin the festivities? I think I should. All right. I got to watch this week. I got to watch. I made sure I had to watch. Last time I didn't have to watch. I got to watch. So, current time, 6:29 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means you are in the right place. You are on the right YouTube channel, baby. Yes. And for those of y'all who are new, or for those of you that might catch the replay and you're not familiar with the procedures, I mean, you word Viper, and you're not familiar with the procedures that I do on this show, this is the part of the live stream where I'm going to need you to turn your volume down. Because if you don't turn your volume down, I will not be held liable for what your neighbors think about you listening to some loud dude on YouTube. That's on you, not on me. That's on you, not on me. Oh, yes, that is completely on you. So now that we got that disclaimer out of the way, it is time to go into the most electrifying live stream introduction on YouTube today. Genosis, I will talk about that in a moment or two. Definitely will talk about that. That's on the docket tonight. So this is your last warning. Turn your volume down. Let me get a squeak real quick, and then we're going to work. All right. The squeak has been had. Time to go to work. It's your last warning. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you, because I warned you. I warned you. Woo! All right. Oh, man. I've been doing it for over 3 years now, and this never gets old. This literally never gets old. It never gets old. I don't know how this thing get old, but this does not get old. What's up, people? This your boy Viper, the man about tech, and we are live! Welcome to Friday Night Fight, baby! Woo! Woo! Oh, yes! It is that day again. We are back. We are live on YouTube. Woo! Yeah! Yes, sir. We are off and running on Friday Night Vibe. We are in the building. But before I get started with tonight's festivities, let me see who I got in the chat tonight. First on the list is Anthony Beltray. What's up, bro? How you doing? We got my enforcer, Genosis, is in the cut. What's up, bro? How you doing? Jeff Hale is here. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, baby? How you doing? We got Brett Shuddy out there. What's up, Brett? How you doing, baby? How you doing? We got the top tech geek, the real, genuine, authentic top tech geek. What's up, bro? We got Vedant Apps out there. What's up, bro? How you doing? And we got my man, Ace Rock Tech. What's up, Ace? How you doing, baby? How you doing? Woo! Here we go. Here we go. And who else we got? Who else we got? Oh, that is it. Oh, light crowd tonight. That is. Oh, no. No, we got one more. Come on. StreamYard. Populate. There we go. We got the Norwegian sensation, Elvid. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? That's what's going on. What are you talking about? You got a back door to all my notes. Oh, you stop it. You're funny. You're hilarious. So, yeah, Friday night. So I guess we could talk about that thing. To address first and foremost. Your boy Viper is making a change on the main channel. So for the past 18 months, I made a whole video about this. I made a minute-long video on the main channel. But in case you haven't watched or you're not aware, on the main channel for the past 18 months, I've been making primarily Apple-focused content. Most of the videos have been Apple-related, Apple-focused, obviously. I am the captain of Team Apple after all. But I have decided that I'm going to go back to doing what I used to do on YouTube and expand my horizons, cover stuff beyond Apple. I've been thinking about it for a while now, and somebody else was talking to me last week, and they kind of brought it to my attention that you need to not limit yourself, and you need to cover all the tech because we want you to cover all the tech, and you can cover anything and people will watch. And so I put it out there on Twitter. I put it in my YouTube community tab, and the response was overwhelmingly positive in favor of me covering everything and not just Apple. So I seem to have you guys support in covering all of the tech. So that is what I'm going to do. Niche be damned. We are covering all of the tech from this day forward on my main channel. So it will no longer be a Apple-centric channel. Obviously, I'm still going to cover Apple because I love Apple. I have mostly Apple products. I am still the captain of Team Apple. Make no mistake about it. I'm still the captain of the ship. But we are expanding. We are going into the great frontier. We're going to go out there and see the other tech, cover the other tech, experience the other tech, because there's a lot of tech out there that you guys use and you love, and you would love to see me cover probably. So I'm going to cover it. First and foremost, where's that? All right. So for the last couple of years now, Google has sent me their Pixel phones, right? So obviously I'll be covering the Pixel phone. I think this year we got the Pixel 6 on the way. I think I'm getting one. I don't know. I never know what Google's going to do, but I think I'm still good in the Google nice list. So I think they're going to send me one. But why I have this Pixel 5 in my hand is because I have a SIM card in here from a brand new carrier here in the United States called US Mobile. They sent me out their SIM cards to test their network. So I put it in the Pixel 5. I got the GSM LTE card in here. So we're going to be testing out US Mobile here in the next week or so, and then I'll make a video about my findings. Right now, I'm impressed because their LTE feeds are pretty legit, and I think they also have a little bit of 5G going on. And basically what happened is that they are cherry picking off of the back of T-Mobile's network. Also, they have a Verizon or CDMA SIM card too. I don't really need to use that one because I'm already a Verizon customer, so I guess I'll test it, but I use Verizon every day of my life, so I don't really. I know how that goes, but I'm using their GSM variant SIM card in here, so we'll definitely go and cover some US Mobile and let you guys know about that in the next week or two. All right, we got my man, my head of security, Hefe, bro. Fuse is in here. He's got plenty of room in the headphone review game, bro. Wearables are the future. Oh, absolutely, Hefe. I mean, damn, I could do a headphone video today. I mean, I got the Sony, these are the XM3, but obviously I have the Sony WH-1000 XM4, the over-ears. I don't have the earbuds because I don't like the earbuds, but I haven't tried the new one, but I don't like earbuds in general. If they're not AirPod Pro or AirPods, I don't like them, but whatever. I got the XM4 headphones. I got the Panda THX, the Drop Panda headphones. I got what else? I got some other headphones back in there. I mean, I got gaming headphones I can do videos on too. So your boy Viper has all of the headphones. I could definitely do some audio stuff if I wanted to. So that will definitely be in the future as well. We got Steph in here. What's up, Steph? How you doing, man? What's going on? But yeah, I am free to cover everything. So I'm kind of excited to be back in covering the entire tech game. It opens me up to more possibilities. It opens me up to more brand partnerships and things like that. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. So that is what we're going to be doing from now on, covering everything. So we'll see what happens with that. What else? What else is going on? It's a pretty. You know, the product I don't have. No. See, no. See, I leave that to the professionals like El Jefe Reviews and GameSki. They could cover the headphones. See, that's the problem. I tried to niche down and it didn't work. I like to cover all the tape, so I'll let them cover the headphones. I'll make a headphone video every now and then, but yeah, I'm covering all of the tech, man. Top Tech Geek, man. I appreciate your support, bro. Thank you for hanging out, man. Thank you. As the A-Rod test, and make sure those over-ear headphones cover your ear meat. Oh, my Lord. You are out of control. You're out of control, bro. We got Fanatech out there. What's up, Raul? How you doing? Yeah, you definitely made the right decision. Super excited. I am excited, man. I like covering all the tech. I like it. Jonathan says Shade Channel. Oh, Shade. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm like, wait, what? Actually, I need to reach out to some of these Shade brands and see if they want to work with your boy Viper. I mean, hey. I mean, it makes sense at this point. It makes sense. And plus, if you all knew how much money these shades on my face were right now, you would probably cancel me. So I need to contact these shade brands because I've been spending way too much money on shade. But we're not gonna get into that though. But I'm just saying, yo, Ray brand, Prada, yo, Maui Jim, your boy Oakley, especially Oakley. If anybody from Oakley is watching, contact your boy Viper. Okay, we can work together. We can work together. Okay, I'm there. We can work together. Contact your boy Vibra. Hey, you know it's serious, man. It is serious. Actually, you know what? I got it over. Let me get it over here, bro. Let me put it on. I got it right here. I mean, this is stupid at this point. It's dumb at this point, y'all. The shade collecting is dumb. It's dumb. Wait, look at this. What? Are you serious, bro? Why, Viper? Why? I don't know why. But damn, son. I mean, damn. And these are very these are kind of expensive, but I won't go there. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, damn. I mean, where it going? All right now. Yo, like I said, Maui Jim, Prada, Ray Brand, Oakley, call your boy Viper, okay? Call Viper, okay? Call me, okay? Have your people call my people. We could collab. We could work it out. I'm just saying, we could work it out. That's ridiculous. That's all sorts of ridiculousness, but I digress. Woo! Oh my goodness. What else? In other tech-related news, there is another voice app out there. Oh my Lord, man. There starting to become a lot of voice apps out there, and it's kind of crazy. But Spotify has entered the chat, you all. Spotify has their own Clubhouse clone called Green Room. I used it a little bit last night. It has some cute little features to it. They besides the voice chat that is going on, their rooms actually have a dedicated tech chat room. So while you're listening to a speaker in a room, you can actually be in the tech chat chatting with the rest of the room. So they got some good things going on with Spotify Green Room. I don't know if I'm going to use it much. I'm going between Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces, which I love and adore. So I don't know how much time I'll be able to dedicate to Green Room, but Spotify has entered the chat with their own Clubhouse clone. If you guys want to go check it out, it is a separate app. It is on iOS and Android. It's called Green Room. If you look it up, make sure you type Green Room, all one word, or type Spotify and then Green Room, all one word, not green and then room, and Green Room, all one word. Otherwise, it won't come up. But yeah, you could definitely check out Spotify's Green Room if you want another Clubhouse alternative or a Twitter Spaces alternative. Green Room is here, and that is what that is. Let's see. Oh my God, Janothan's out of control. Calm down, Janothan, calm down. Oh my, yeah. I mean, we already got the cringy terms on deck. We got Green Room, we got Jim. They're dropping Jim in there. Oh God, it's already cringy. That whole Jim thing is a little much, but they got it going on. All right, you know, let me send out links to my special guest tonight who's coming on board here. And I'll let them come on when they want to come on. All right, let me do a search real quick. No, we do no Twitter. No. But yeah, man, it's all these voice apps, and I think Facebook is still coming out with their own voice app too. I think called Audio Live. So Facebook is coming out with one of their own. Although I don't think a lot of people are going to be using the Facebook one because people still don't trust Facebook. Why would you at this point? But Facebook is coming down the pipe. So yeah. All right. So the special guest has the link, so they can come in whenever they want to come in, and we can have a conversation about anything and everything and whatever. But yeah. Tonight, like I said, this is a free-for-all. I don't have any set topic of discussion. So if you guys got questions about anything or anything that you want me to talk about, let me know, and I will gladly do that. As usual on this show, if I can get to the what I want to get to here. Here we go. Where's that? Come on. Where are you? Come on, Viper. Use your tool, Viper. Use your tool. There we are. Super chats are open, baby. Super chats are open. As usual, they are not required. I don't want you guys to feel obligated, but I need to remind you. Well, I don't need you, but I want to remind you that you do have the option to super chat if you want to. Oh, look at this. We got bored all day in the building. What's up, man? How you doing, baby? How you doing? You just reminded me that I need to go back and watch episode 2 of Loki. I've seen the first episode, but I have not yet watched the second episode. But episode 1 started off with a bang. So I definitely need to go back and watch episode 2 this weekend for sure. All right, Janosa says an Apple social media platform is something I use day one if it happened. There was some rumors of this before WWDC, and I had the same reaction then that I have now. Like, I don't know why Apple will make a social media platform. I just don't see how that would benefit them. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I guess, but I just don't see how that will benefit Apple. But maybe I'm being short-sighted, but I just don't understand the appeal for Apple. I don't know. Let's see. Since I was in a room on Green Room with Tish and she didn't have chat on it, she was on Android, but not sure if that's the only case. Oh, I mean, maybe because we know how these app developers, they develop for iOS first a lot of times. Then the features that they put on iOS, they may or may not put on Android at the outset. That's one of like the big complaints about Clubhouse on Android, even though Clubhouse is available for Android. I think as of this day, you still can't link your Twitter or Instagram in your Clubhouse bio on Android. So that's something that they need to work on as well. So I don't know, man. But hey, just the fact that there is Android availability is definitely a win for these apps because, again, we can love iOS and Apple as much as we want, but Android, they are the market leader in cell phones. Like, there are more Android phones out there than iPhones. It is what it is. So it would make sense to have your Apple and Android if you want the lion's share of the market to have access to your app. Let's see. Board all day. When Borderwork gets back, we need a Twitter-facing discussion on Loki. Get back. Where is he at? Where is he? Did he go on vacation too? What's really going on? How's everybody going on vacation right now, bro? Where are my people at? Everybody going on vacation or something. Where's Borderwork? Where's Thunder? Where is he? Where is he? All right, Loki and good this week. I need to go watch it. I've not watched it yet, but I will be watching this weekend. Michael Pepper text says Apple tried social media. Have we forgotten the failure ping? I don't or he said they tried social media. I don't really remember ping all that much. I vaguely remember it, but not too much. But it is a different day and age. Michael Pepper, I think Apple have probably learned a lot of lessons along the way. And if they were to attempt social media in 2021, it probably would be a hell of a lot better than what ping was when they tried ping. Yes, I love this. On Green Room, you can actually link your YouTube channel. So if you click a button on Green Room, it will take someone directly to your YouTube channel. Yes. Clubhouse, take note, baby. Take note, Clubhouse, take note. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. It would be nice if I could link directly to my YouTube on Clubhouse. Man, I'll probably have a lot more subscribers at this point, bro. I got almost 4,000 followers on Clubhouse, man. I imagine that they had direct access to my YouTube channel. I'm just saying. Clubhouse, I'm just saying. I don't know. But yeah, that is a definite benefit of Green Room. What else is going on? In real world news, the at least here in the United States, and I guess in Canada too, the world is opening back up. Holy crap. At my job, they just sent out an updated mandate that masks are no longer required indoors if you are vaccinated. The key phrasing being if you are vaccinated. Again, who the hell is going to check and see if anybody's vaccinated though? It's like I know a few places out there probably are checking. I don't know how you're gonna do that. I mean, I guess you guys for that vaccination card. But I just find it funny when these businesses have no mask if you're vaccinated. Like, you're going to check. Are you really going to question somebody that comes up mask like, are you vaccinated? No, you're not. You're going to take their money and keep it moving. I mean, we know what the score is. We know what the score is. Right, LFA, right? Right, LFA, you're right. You're right, exactly, LFA. Exactly. What are we talking about here? You are not going to ask these people if they're vaccinated. You're going to take their cash and keep it moving. I don't know why we even have this. If you're vaccinated, come on, bro. You're not checking that. Nobody's checking that. Okay, no one's doing that. This wild cherry Pepsi's in the spot tonight. Oh yeah. Also, Pepsi, if you're out there watching, hit your boy Viper. I am a staunch wild cherry Pepsi supporter. Pepsi, call your boy Viper. Call Viper. We can work together. Please, Pepsi, call your boy Viper. I'm just saying. Call Viper, baby. Call Viper. All right, Neil H says, thoughts on YouTube rolling out picture in picture. Yes! Finally! 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 Picture in picture. Native YouTube picture in picture support and coming to iPhone. Finally. For whatever reason right now, I don't have it on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. I don't know why. This is crap. And this is not even a bit. I'm on iOS 14.6 right here. But I don't have it. I don't have YouTube picture in picture. I don't understand this stuff. Look, I put it on Friday Night Viper. And if I do the thing, nope, no way is it? If I swipe up, no picture in picture. I got nothing. Wait, where is it at? Is it a setting or something? What am I doing wrong? I can't get picture in picture naturally. This is a bunch of monkey crap. What in the pineapple monkey bottom is this? I don't understand this stuff. Where's my picture in picture? I am a YouTube premium user. I am the premium of the premiums, and I don't have it on here. What is really going on right now? I don't respect this, man. I'm just saying. I feel cheated right now. I feel cheated. Where's my picture in picture, YouTube? I'm just saying, where's my picture in picture? All right, Joseph said, managing a social media network comes with a lot of headaches, moderation, fake news, etc. That's probably the last thing Apple wants. Exactly. That's the other thing that we didn't touch on. I don't know if Apple wants the responsibility of managing the social media network. I don't think so. Oh, Steph said Apple Connect. I think you talked the Apple Music Connect. Yeah, the Apple Music Connect thing never really took off. Not really. Hefe says, I don't even use Spotify. I need a high-res LDAC. I don't use Spotify either because I'm on Apple Music where we rock with Dolby Atmos and lossless. I'm talking like I actually use lossless. I don't use lossless, but I use that Dolby Atmos spatial audio. Woo! Wait till you all get iOS 15 and you get that hand tracking spatial audio. Oh my God! Oh my God! Chef kiss. Woo! Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Hold on, y'all. I gotta hit somebody up real quick. All right. All right, there we go. Woo! Chef kiss, man. Chef kiss. Seriously. Bro. All right. I know, right? Tell them, Top Tech Geek. Tell them, Pepsi. Call your boy Viper. Call your boy Viper, Pepsi. I want to work with you. Pepsi, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. Let's see. Joseph says, I haven't had cherry Pepsi, but I've been liking that Pepsi border coat. Yo, Pepsi, where is that? Pepsi, where is that? Hefe's like, that's why I'm still isolating. Yo, I don't blame you, man. Don't trust these people out there. Don't trust these people out there. I'm telling you. Don't trust these people out there, man. All right, Joseph said we still need math in my province. BC, Canada. Canada is thinking of Canada is thinking of making proof of vaccination part of passports. Ooh. Canada out there getting spicy with it. Okay, that's what's up. Oh, wait, what? You need to enable it in settings. Wait, what? Huh? What? Huh? What? Wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Oh, wait. Are we talking about, wait a minute, are we talking about the YouTube setting? Because I went to the YouTube settings and there was nothing in there. Hold on. Time out. Settings. General. Where the hell? There. Yeah, nope. I don't have it. Nope. Okay, it's not there yet. Nope. There is no setting for picture here on my YouTube app. Damn it. Ow. Wait a minute. Or is it the iPhone settings? Hold on. Wait. It's oh! Nope. It says I have it. Oh no, he means the iPhone settings, and my start picture in picture is set to automatically. So it should do it, and it's not doing it. It's already set to start automatically. I'm not getting anything. Where's it at? Yo, where are you? I don't know. Maybe it's not rolled out to me yet, but my picture is set to start automatically, and I have nothing. So I don't know, bruh. I'm just saying. El Jefe says he no longer drinks soda, but cherry Coke with my jam. Oh, bro. The cherry stuff, man. That's what's up. Neil says you also need to be on version 16. Bro, what? I mean, I'm guessing you're talking about the YouTube app needs to be on 16. I don't know how the hell I check that. Is there a way to check that? Do I check that in the app, or do I like? How do I even check that? What do I even? What about? Here we go. Where? Well, no. Oh, nope. I'm on. Wait, I am on it. I'm on that version. It literally says 16.23.3. I am not getting picture-in-picture. I am getting cheated. I'm on the version. My picture-in-picture is set to turn on, and I'm not getting it. What is happening? Why am I being cheated right now? I'm being cheated out here by the YouTube app. I'm being trolled or I'm being cheated right now. What is happening here? Where's the picture-in-picture? Why am I being robbed right now? This is a bunch of monkey crap. But whatever. I'll take care. I'll deal with that. I'll deal with that later. My goodness. I got everything I need, and I am not being treated fairly by YouTube right now. I'm just saying. I don't understand this stuff. I don't understand. Hold on. Let me go back up here. What we got? Let's see. Michael Pepper is in there. He says, they already have to manage fake news in Apple News. They basically have the parts of what makes a social media network. Oh, Apple has all the parts, but they're not going to put it all together for a social media network. I highly doubt it. I could be wrong, but probably not. Thomas Roughly with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Says another great Friday night with the hardest working person on YouTube. I don't know about that, but I appreciate the love and support, Thomas. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, my YouTube app is up to date, you all. I keep all my apps up to date because I'm just a snob like that. Yeah, exactly. Go home, YouTube. Go home. You're drunk. Get out of here. Seriously, Google's like taunting them, bro. They crazy. Like, yeah. Michael said he doesn't have any of his app, any of his devices, and they're all up to date. See, man, they need to just push that out already. But that's cool. I'll wait. That's an update. So I'll wait on that. Let's see. Wait. Okay, we got that going on. All right. Okay. But yeah, right now the YouTube picture-in-picture is rolling out to USA users. I guess they're going to roll out to the other countries gradually, I guess. But right now, it is USA only. Dude, bruh. Eighth. I don't know what they're doing, Eighth. I don't know what they're doing out here, Eighth. They are taunting us. They are taunting us. I don't understand it. I feel offended. I feel slighted. I feel offended. Nope. Top Tech Geek, that is a very good guess, but it is not Paris, at least not tonight. Although I do need to, like, Paris, like, dude, Paris is like, that's a difficult dude to land, man. He's always doing podcasts and other things, so to get him on camera on a show is difficult. Now, I can get him in a Twitter space or a Clubhouse room easily, but getting him on here, on camera, that's a little bit harder. But one day we will definitely have Paris in here, and we will chop it up for sure, but that day is not today. It is not tonight. Oh, we got the lieutenant of Team Apple, James, in the building. What's up, bro? How you doing, baby? How you doing? What is going on? Let's see. Joseph says they don't have to manage fake news in Apple News. They have deals with publishers for content. That is a lot of different than dealing with user-generated content. Yep, that is true. That is true. Yo, James, I'm just out here chilling on a Friday night, just doing my thing, being the captain of Team Apple, the man about tech. We are in a free-for-all tonight on Friday Night Viper, which means any and every topic is open and on the table for discussion. I have those set topic. Basically, this is Friday Night Vibe Coffee Talk Edition. That's what this is. This is Friday Night Vibe Coffee Talk Edition. We talk about anything and everything tonight because there's nothing really massive going on. Although, we are waiting for Samsung to announce their Unpacked event. And I have heard in the wild that there are already some folks out there that might have their hands on the new Z Flip and the new Fold 3. I can't really comment any further, but apparently people are already playing with the Fold 3. So I'm gonna need Samsung to let us know when the event is so we can get all of the details. The deets, as I like to call them. We need the deets, Samsung. Schedule that Unpacked event already. Let it happen. Now let's go. Yeah. Also, with the country opening back up, I am so glad that I have booked my flight and everything and my flight and hotel to LA at the end of September, because I think it's going to get a lot harder here to book flights and hotels in the next few weeks and months because of the country reopening and everybody wanting to travel and get the hell out of Dodge. But my flight and my hotel is already booked for Vid Summit. Your boy Viper will be at Vid Summit 2021 in Los Angeles, California, at the end of September. So if you are going to Vid Summit, your boy Viper will be there in person. Come say hi, say what's up. That's what's going on. But that's where I'll be at the end of September. I will be in LA for Vid Summit because that's what's going on out here. That is what we're doing. As he bored all day, saying we need to get together and play some MLB. We do, no doubt. But my special first time ever guest is in the building. This man is a beast. He's a brand ambassador, a liaison. He is a film editing maestro, and he probably has the single best hair on all of YouTube. We got to bring in the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Daniel Batal. What's up, man?
How do you do this? Literally, how do you do this? I can't even see my screen right now. Like what is, I'm trying to like fit in here, but how are you, my friend? It's good to see you.
I am good, man. Good to see you too. How you been, man? How you been?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate the invitation. What are we talking about here tonight? We're talking about, you're going to Vid Summit.
I am going to Vid Summit, and so are you. Absolutely. We are going. We are going.
Yeah, we just bought our ticket. I'm going crazy. I'm not even playing. It's been so long since I'm able to go. Like I said to my channel manager, she's booking flights, and I'm used to like looking, business class all the way in the back. I'm like, no, get us good seats.
Ooh,
so we're in the JetBlue Mint section. I'm like, I am not playing. I want to work all the way out. I want to have a ball, and I want to work all the way back. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
There you go. Your boy Viper booked the flight on United. I'm in economy class, but I don't care. I'm flying.
Dude, I can't even tell you how many times that I've done like Vid Summit, VidCon, Clamor Summit, social media marketing world. And usually I'm doing those events with, I won't say the competitor. I know you're a VidIQ guy, but there's another company out there that I usually am out working. Somebody just book whatever. Just, I'm like, put me in the luggage rack. I don't really care. As long as I get there in one piece.
Exactly, right.
This time I'm like, for the first time, it's been so long since I've seen anybody that I'm like, I want this to be fun. I booked, we're going out early. I'm staying a few days late. We're heading out to Venice Beach afterwards. We're going to hang for a few days in Venice Beach and get some footage. So yeah, I'm really psyched. Yeah, I hope other people out there are going to come along and show up for Vid Summit, because I think it's going to be rocking. It's
going to be amazing. Like I kind of have my, I had my doubts a few months ago, because I thought like, even if the pandemic would pass, I felt like people would be apprehensive, but no. Hell no. People are like, we're going. People are going.
It was really scary, I think, for a lot of people right there when it was, we didn't know which way the pandemic was going. And to think about like getting on planes and stuff was such a crazy notion, when you're like, oh my God, I don't even know where this thing ends, where it begins. Right. But, I'm fully vaccinated. My girlfriend and channel manager is fully vaccinated. So we're ready. We're ready to go.
We're ready to go. We are going. Yeah. Viper and Daniel Batal are getting on a plane. We are heading to LA. We are going to Vid Summit. Catch us at the, I won't say the hotel, but catch us at the hotel. We will be there.
We'll be somewhere. Catch us at the bus stop. Go to your local bus stop. Look for the guy with the hair, without the hair, and it'll be either me, you, or El Jefe. That's right. Hair or not hair.
El Jefe will be there too. Let's go. Right. As far as I know, we will be there too. That's right. El Jefe will be there too. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm psyched. I can't wait. So what are we talking about tonight besides Vid Summit?
Man, we are talking about, like I said, this is a free-for-all, man. We are talking about anything and everything. So cool. I guess let's start with what you were talking about on Twitter earlier. So you just brought an M1 Mac Mini. Right?
I just ordered it. I haven't gotten it yet because clearly I just don't have enough stuff, and that's the problem. I need more stuff.
You need more stuff, man, of course.
What it is, I do a lot of video editing on really intermediate, easy to use type video software, and that's sort of been my whole gig, is trying to simplify the process of making content, putting it on YouTube, and helping people grow channels without it being an overwhelming task, right? So I use things like Filmora and Movavi and stuff that doesn't, that you don't have a really steep learning curve and it doesn't break the bank. But I've always done it from a PC standpoint, because I'm a PC guy. But a lot of people will, ask me questions like, well, is it different on the Mac, or is it, does Apple have a different feel? And I've never really sat and done it from the other side of the coin. So I said, you know what? The M1 is such a great chip, and it's just like they've got it it seems like they got it figured out. And Filmora now runs natively on the M1. So I said, let me get one so that I can talk about Filmora and Movavi and show people, what might be an alternative. Because right now, as we know, like, I was lucky enough to get a new graphics card before the graphics card apocalypse happened, which, if anybody's been out there trying to like put together a new computer to run, their system live stream, game, do anything, you realize that NVIDIA and AMD Ryzen both came up with really great GPUs. They were high performing at extremely affordable prices. But what happened is all of the scalpers came in, bought all of these GPUs, tripled the price, put them on eBay, whatever, and then Bitcoin took off. So all of the data miners came in right after them and were buying it up. So now it's impossible to get these high-performing, affordable GPUs just as separate freestanding pieces that you could drop into your system. So I'm trying to now always give advice on what's affordable. What can you get right now until this is over? Because I don't think we'll get through. It'll be 2022 before we start seeing graphics cards back at somewhere close to the prices that they were supposed to sell for. So I'm trying to always find ways like people who are like, well, I need a better system. What do I do? So one of the things I push people towards, some of the laptops right now are pretty decent. Some of the systems that are pre-built that have like these cards in them, like 3070s, you can get at reasonable prices. And I also want to see what Apple brings to the table, because that new M1 chip, man, that's a beast. That is a beast.
So what is the delivery date for your M1 Mac Mini?
Should be here in 2 days. So we'll see. We'll plug it in and we'll see what it does. I love to have, right now, I tend to run, I run two fairly high-end PCs, but when I'm usually streaming and I'm running a software at the same time, I usually only use one. So I just want to be able to give that perspective. So we'll see. I'll probably call on you like, Viper, what do I do here? It's only, there's so few ports. I don't know where to plug that. I have to make port choices of what I can plug in.
Actually, the Mac Mini has most of the ports. It's the laptop that are kind of port lacking, but the Mac Mini has the port.
Yeah, it's still like, what do you get? Like a couple of USB, headphones.
You will probably be living a dongle life.
One HDMI. I'm like, what do I do with that?
Welcome to the dongle life, Jack. Welcome to the dongle life.
I live the dongle life, because I do have like I have like an iPhone 12 and I do have an iPad Pro. So I have discovered the dongle life, and I've discovered you never buy a dongle that isn't made from Apple, because they fail in seconds. I found that out the hard way. I'm like, well, do I really have to pay $60 for that dongle? This guy has it for $12. 60 seconds later after using it, I'm like, I get why you have to buy the Apple. Right,
yeah, that's how Apple gets you, man. If you don't buy their first party accessory, you are taking a chance for sure.
But it's a blast. I mean, I think that, one of the things for a guy like me that I come from, I used to use all Android phones and I ran PCs, and Apple has such an interesting ecosystem that the whole thing, everything ties together. Like you buy an iPad Pro, and the minute you turn it on, it's like everything from your iPhone is right there, and it's like, that's kind of for a guy like me, that's crazy to watch the integration of how it's like wizardry, the way they all speak and interact, and it's nice and easy, but it's a bit unnerving for a lot of people, especially the price points have historically been higher. And there's sort of a thing like you go like, oh, Apple, it's like, I feel like I gotta save up for a while, and I have to know all the lingo, and I have to understand all the things, because it's this whole thing. Like if the Apple guys are like, listen, what are you using? PC? You're like, oh, that's adorable. That's adorable.
But you know what? It's like I tell people all the time, though. You got to use what works best for your workflow. I mean, sometimes as you know, in these YouTube comment sections, people get a little crazy with their brand loyalty and things like that. I'm just like, it doesn't matter. If you use iOS, that's cool. If you use Android, that's cool. Doesn't really matter. If you Mac, cool. If you PC, that's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you is what works for you. It doesn't mean that you have to hate on if somebody else is using the same thing. It doesn't matter, man. I'm
a huge fan of literally whatever feels right for that creator at that period of time, right? And I look at everything from a creator standpoint. A lot of people, I know in your world, it's beyond just creators. It's a tech end, people who are using this stuff as part of their lifestyle beyond creators. Right. With me, I surround myself with all this stuff. And unless I'm working, I mean, I'm like, I remember when, phones had a cord and you could hang the phone up and walk away, and I had freedom. You didn't have power over me, you bastard. And that was that was a life I loved and I lived, and I've had to adapt to this sort of like, all right, I guess the technology always comes with me, but I fight it. I fight it at every minute. Like in a perfect world, I want to get on my Harley and I want to ride, and I don't want to have anything buzzing, ringing, or telling me I need to stop and pay attention.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Hey, Annette, What's happening, Annie? How you doing? What's going on? Appreciate you dropping by, hanging out, Annie. So thank you. Nice to see you as always. But some people they literally do like unplug from social media or connectivity in general for like maybe a weekend or a few days at a time. So it is doable. Although in what we do, Daniel, it's a little bit harder because we're kind of connected and we have to be connected for our social media status and creativity and all that stuff. So I feel you though. But
that's okay. I don't hate it, but I love to be able to go, you know what? I can remember, because I come from a period of time where, like, I was a professional touring musician for years. I ran a home renovations company for decades. So I was used to, a phone and a phone machine, and you would come home at the end of the day and catch up with people. And I still haven't quite gotten over the fact that, like, someone will call you, right? And it doesn't matter what you're doing. They call you. 10 minutes later, they call you again. And then you get a text right after that, another 10 minutes going, why are you ignoring me? Sorry. What world are you in that I may have been doing something? I'm sorry. I should have been here waiting for your call. But that's part of that thing. Like, I used to think that, you would come home at the end of the day and you'd check your messages and you'd get back to people. And that was considered being responsive. Now it's like, man, if a half hour goes by and you aren't, returning texts and calls, people get like antsy. Like, okay, it's an instant gratification world we live in.
That entitlement is crazy.
Yeah.
So, but that's the good thing about VidSummit, Daniel, because it'll kind of take us away from the technology because all the creators are gonna be in the same spot, man. So we need to
Have you been to VidSummit before?
2018, baby. Yes.
Okay. So, the last VidSummit I was at, I guess we didn't run into each other, or we did, and we didn't make an impression on each other enough that we sat and talked. So, that's my favorite event of all of them. I think it's everybody knows VidCon because VidCon is like what I consider like a fan-driven convention. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of opportunity to come on in and meet because a lot of creators will be there, and a lot of the bigger creators you'll see, from across the spectrum, different niches, because they bring in bands are playing, and there's different levels you can get to, and different tickets that'll get you into different events. It's a whole production, but it really is based around people who are more fans of YouTube. There's a lot of businesses there, but I mean, it's where there's a lot of people there coming to attend that just want to connect with people they've seen on YouTube and such. Right. Whereas VidSummit is a very different event. It's a creator-driven event where it doesn't have all of that fanfare. It has some of the biggest content creators on the planet that are giving really great presentations, guys like Mr. Beast getting up there showing his, how to make thumbnails and showing his click-through rate and data. And it's just, Casey Neistat was there last time. It was just, it was such, you get such great presenters that are full of all the, the kind of stuff you really want to hear right from the horse's mouth. But the difference being is, like, you walk out of the auditorium where they're doing stage shows, and you'll just wander into the lounge, and there will be, there'll be, Frono's Photo, or, there's all these guys that you're like, I know what, they're just hanging out and approachable, and it's not that whole crazy thing. So it's a really great place to, like, network with other creators. That's what I love about it. Like, I can see someone like you and go, Viper, let's sit and have a drink. Let's grab a bite to eat, and let's catch up and see what you're doing and see if something we're doing might fall into alignment when we're moving forward. And that's the thing I love about VidSummit. I think Daryl does, a very smart thing. The tickets are not cheap, my friend. They are not cheap.
Oh, no, they're not. No, they're not. No,
so what they do is he puts a price point that really filters out the sort of just fan people who want to come up and scream and yell and meet certain people, and just chug on Mr. Beast and get them to take a selfie with them. And it really, the price point really enables it to be a different type of event. And it's much smaller, right? It's a much smaller event where the amount of people that are there, it's not like VidCon where they're lying down the street. It's all really kind of compact into a few rooms and stages. And I love it. It feels like home to me. When I go there, I'm like, this is the kind of event I love.
I mean, like you said, you could literally just walk around and run. I was live streaming at VidSummit 2018, and I was just walking around the lobby at the hotel live streaming, and I literally bumped into Peter McKinnon, and he was cool enough to be on the live stream for a few seconds. So, I mean, when you said that you could walk around and like walk into a lounge and bump into like some of the top creators in the world, and they're cool as hell though. They're cool because, again, you're at VidSummit, you're at a creator convention. They don't care about your sub count. They're just cool. They're there to have fun and network and things like that. It is such an amazing atmosphere and an environment, man. Yep. And I cannot wait to get back in a few months. I can't wait.
It's great. And like where I first met Jeff El Jefe was at the last Vid Summit. Shelly, who's in the chat, Shelly Saves the Day. Shelly and I ended up on a live stream on the TubeBuddy channel right there. Just a quick panel they put together. So there's these things that kind of just happen, which are wonderful. It's that wonderful, it feels like creators getting together. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, let's just create, let's just make stuff. So I love it. I love getting to meet the people that I talk to, you know, via the internet and spend time with them and share ideas and strategize. But there's also a lot of different, you know, there's a lot of different people in there. Like I would sit and have dinner and I'd be sitting with, you know, like the guy who created Social Blade. And we could sit there and talk about, you know, what he's got coming up, what he's thinking. Oh, they're not letting you show, you know, live subscriber counts at the point. Like, what are you going to do to offset that kind of traffic? It's really interesting, the conversations that you can really get inside the head of people who are looking at YouTube from different angles than you might be. Because I think one of the things we do is we look at YouTube with our rose-colored glasses or our blinders on, where we all have different experiences, and getting to see the platform and getting to see the creator space from different perspectives is one of the most important things for me, because it's why I came on here tonight. Like I've come on to Clubhouse with you and such, hearing your perspective on the creator space, which is a completely different experience than mine. Right. It helps me learn. I can gain from it. I understand the space better. I understand creators better. I understand the audiences out there better. And that helps me do the thing that I do well, is help other creators grow their channels. So, man, put me in that place, you know, 24 days a month and I'll be happy.
Definitely. Yo, shout out to we have Mike Ancient and McCain. What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? How you doing? Appreciate you dropping by. Gwendolyn G, hello. How are you doing, ma'am? Nice to see you. We got Shelly in here. Hey, Shelly, how you doing? Always a pleasure to see you. Appreciate you dropping by. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Yeah, Daniel's new studio is definitely legit. I mean, he got the guitar back there. It looks like an old school diner going on back there.
It is. I made payphone. Did you stick it? Where is it? Right?
Payphone. Y'all.
Just put in the payphone.
Let me blow this up. Y'all see the payphone?
Can you see it? Yeah, can you see that right back here? I just put a payphone in.
I mean,
Viper messaged me tonight on Twitter. He said, "Hey, you want to jump in the live stream today?" And I went. He said, "Well," he said, first, he says, "What are you doing tonight?" I said, "I'm installing a payphone. Don't ask." like, you're not going to believe what I'm actually doing, but I should be done soon.
No doubt, man. Hey, it looks good, man. It looks good. Look at it. We got Craig LeMay. I haven't seen Christian in a minute. What's up, man? Oh, that's right, Christian. You need to get out to Vid Summit, bro. You need to get out there. It's legit for sure. Trent, we got Trent in here. What's up, Trenton? Hey, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. It is definitely not cheap, but
yeah, it's no joke.
It's no joke. Yeah, it's no joke. But here's the thing, Trent. Every year, at least for the last 3 years, Daryl does a contest when they get close to the Vid Summit, and basically does a contest where creators can submit video, basically making a video explaining why you should go to Vid Summit, and you might win. 1 year, I won. That's how I made it in 2018. I made a video. Actually, the way he does that, he wants you to make a video nominating somebody. And if your video wins, then the person that you nominated and you get tickets to Vid Summit. So in 2018, I made a video nominating El Jefe Reviews, and that video was one of the winners. And we ended up going to Vid Summit. So be on the lookout for that. He might do it this year. I don't know if he's going to do it for sure, but he might. I don't see why he wouldn't. So yeah, be on the lookout, man. You never know.
Yeah, that was so good. That was I love that end of it. And am I remembering this wrong? Did John Prosser pay for the hotel room? Did John Prosser pitch in for the hotel room too?
Yes, he did.
Like the community came together around Jeff because, first of all, you know, Jeff is just wonderful. I mean, he's just a great guy. He's a fantastic creator. So, I love it. That's like my favorite thing in the world, watching creators help other creators like that. I'm all in. I got to start doing more of that. I try to help them. I do the best I can, but I think maybe sometimes I come up short. I'm certainly not buying hotel rooms quite yet, but maybe I need to put that on my list.
Definitely, man. Well, hopefully I'll see some of you all out there this year. I hope me, Daniel, and Jeff. Hopefully we'll see some of you guys at Vid Summit. If not, then try to make it next year, man, because it's going to be live. But here's the thing, Daniel, with the pandemic and everything that's going on this year, I had one or two thought processes about Vid Summit this year. I thought that it would either be like a small and intimate like Vid Summit, because not that many people will show up, or it's just going to be out of this world because everybody's going to show up. And it seems like right now it's the latter, because it seems like everybody's heading out to Vid Summit this year because of the pandemic, and they're like ready to rock and roll. So
I think you're right. I think when Daryl first announced it, I think that he said, we're approaching this a little scale back because of, you know, it's a little loose. And there were people who had bought tickets in advance and they had to push the date back. It was supposed to happen earlier in the season. So there was a lot of, I ended up being part of the, he put in the interim, he did a Vid Summit worldwide event, which was an online event from all over the place. I mean, and it was myself and Cody Warner handled the New England version of it. Cody came up from New Jersey and we did presentations here, but you know, Nick Nimmin did presentations, Brian G. Johnson from all different parts of the country and all over the place. And they did a live one, which was great. So I like that. I like the way that Daryl always he keeps something going in the meantime. Like, all right, we'll figure it out. He got through it. I'm shocked how many people are talking about going now because again, the expense is a huge hurdle for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
But the other end of it is the same thing as the COVID. Like it's nerve-wracking if you haven't been vaccinated yet. You know, even then it's nerve-wracking because you just, you know, we're all kind of like, what's going on here? And the more data we get, you make better decisions. And I bought my tickets like 3 days ago. I went, all right, I'm in. I literally went, that's it, I'm in. I had, you know, but I was sitting there the same way. I'm like, oh man, do I do it? Do I not do it? And then I went,
I was actually blessed this year because I actually got my first brand deal this year. So I used the funds for my brand deal to buy. I'm like, you know what should I do with my first brand deal pay? I'm like, I'm going to Vid Summit. So I made sure I handled that immediately because you know what? I knew that if I waited to closer to Vid Summit, then things would get more efficient. I'm like, I'm doing it now. So I can like save some money. So that's what I did. So we're ready to rock and roll. Everything.
God, that's great. So now tune me in here. Your first brand deal, is that with VidIQ or who you work? I know you work with VidIQ, right?
Yeah, it's with VidIQ, correct.
Fantastic, man. That's so awesome. Just the beginning for you. We all know how great you are, right?
Man, I appreciate you. I don't know, man. I appreciate you, dude. It's amazing, man. It's an amazing thing. So, yeah. I can't wait.
It steamrolls for everybody out there. It does steamroll. It's so funny. I can remember being, I hit YouTube so hard when I hit this channel. I was like, I have big aspirations. Like I hired Brian G. Johnson to come in and be like, listen, I don't have time to play. I need to give me all of the information I can get from you so that I can have a better understanding of what I'm up against. I don't want to be spinning my wheels forever. And Brian really helped me formulate this channel and get it started. And once it started going, I was like, I'm setting big goals, man. I'm just going to work. And I remember I hit 10,000 subscribers in 10 months. And I was super excited. I was like, and not that subscribers is the end all be all metric, but you know, it's the view, they all came from views. It was people watching the content, enjoying the content and getting into it. And by the end of the year, which was only 2 months later, I hit 17,000 subscribers and I went, I'm not letting off the gas. I said at that year mark at 17,000 subscribers, my New Year's goal for next year, I'm not leaving until I have 3 goals. I want to double my income. I want to speak at a prestigious event somewhere. I want to be on stage, and I want a silver play button. And last year, I spoke at Vid Summit Worldwide. I did very well on income. I think I may have exceeded the goal. And I got my silver play button, which is still in the box. I haven't even opened it. So that was like setting those goals and really hitting it hard. Because I had something not to prove, not just to myself, but there's so many people who come out and they're like, well, YouTube, you know, in this day and age, it's there's a lot of hate that goes out there, and people get all messed up by, oh my God, I think YouTube is, shadow banning me, or, there's all these things. And I went, no, I think if you just really start thinking about the target audience and connecting with them, I think you can grow a channel in 2020. I think you can really do well. And that's exactly what I set out to do. So I've been blessed that the things that I put a lot of work in actually paid off. And same with you. I see how hard you've worked, and now you're reaping the rewards, and you're seeing like companies come and go, hey, we want to, we see what you're doing. And that, I think that really is the underlying thing. I think if you can take your eyes off the prize, you don't just focus on the prize and focus on the work. I think the prizes come. The other stuff comes. If you can go, I'm just going to nail down and go, I'm going to make killer content. I'm going to get out there, and every time I put something together, I'm going to provide value for a very specific target audience. You provide so much value when it comes to tech. I mean, you're the guy. Like, I would come to you and go, like, Viper, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. What should I buy? You know, and I've done that. I've been on Clubhouse with you and Diana Gladney, and you're talking about, like, what's the right camera to buy. I'm using A6400s all around me, but I want a full frame camera. You guys are all there to go, you know what you should think about? You guys give me tips. That is all that stuff. That value pays for itself. Nothing is easier to leverage than success. And when you start talking to people, they like you, they understand you, they gain value from you. Yeah. Those successes are very easy to leverage. And I love seeing you do it now too. Nothing amazing. Could be greater.
It's amazing. MFA, VidIQ first stream yard, then Pepsi. Yes, we got to get Pepsi on board.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No
you
doubt.
know what, Shelly? It has been amazing watching Daniel, man. This dude's been nothing but grinding for a while, man. So shout out to Daniel B for getting it done.
I love Shelly's been on my channel before. She's so great. We've done streams before. She's just one of my favorite creators out there. She's so knowledgeable. If you want to learn about how to grow beyond just a single platform and really understand a larger idea of how to leverage every platform out there, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. She's been that person that I lean on when I have those kind of questions. She's really been focused on vertical video and understanding how, we're YouTubers. We want everything to be like this way, right? Not this way. So that she brings a lot of knowledge to that end of things that some of us are like, I'm an old school guy. I'm like, what do you mean it's not 16:9? And she's like, it isn't, Daniel. You need to pay attention. Things are changing. TikTok, my friend, TikTok.
Primy, hey Primy, appreciate you dropping in. Thank you. I think we got Digital Slang out here. Hey Slang, what's going on, man? How you doing? Hey, dude. Hey, if you all are thinking about attending Vid Summit, stop thinking. Go buy your ticket. Go book your hotel and flight now. Do it now, because if you wait later, it's going to be more expensive. You might want to do it now. Flights are pretty reasonable right now. I booked a round trip flight for like $373, but I could have booked it for a lot less. But I want a nonstop. And I wanted like a top tier airline, so I'll kind of
Where are you flying out of, Viper? Where are you coming from? Chicago. All right, so I mean, you're moving pretty much. I'm literally on the East Coast. They're like,
wow.
I was cruising up the ocean was on my right today, while the buildings were on my left when I was on the bike today. So yeah, that flight is still pretty affordable. Prices have gone up a little bit, but yeah, they're definitely there's some deals out there, because again, the same thing that's problematic for people, the whole COVID thing and not wanting to be being on planes. It's not as cheap as it was 8 months ago, but it's still really affordable.
Definitely. Shelly, your Twitter DMs are saying hello, so come on in here. But if you're thinking about going to Vid Summit, the ticket will probably be the most expensive thing, but I promise you, if you are serious about being a full-time creator on YouTube, it is worth every single penny. Okay? If I can afford to go to Vid Summit every year, I will go every damn year as long as I can afford it. It is that good. Like, it is life-changing. Like, and they just announced today that Colin and Samir are going to be at Vid Summit, like, which is just like, what? So that's crazy too, because Colin and Samir are big time. So, I mean, you already got Mr. Beast there. You got Daryl. You got the Space Station team with Sean Durant there. A few of my friends are actually speaking at Vid Summit this year. Shannon Morton speaking over there. Patty Galloway, I think, is speaking this year. Hayden Hunter Smith is speaking. I mean, there's a lot of top tier creators that are actually talking this year. Roberto Blake is speaking, of course. So you need to be at Vid Summit this year. Like, I thought it was going to be kind of small because of the pandemic, but people are showing up and they're showing out this year. So y'all need to be there for real.
Yeah, and if you really want to get the kind of information that isn't just, boilerplate, speaking to the masses kind of stuff, Vid Summit is that event. Vid Summit is that event where a lot of the speakers and the creators that are getting up on stage really are showing up naked. They're really pulling back the curtain. And you really get a chance to have deep conversations where you go, I'm here to learn and I'm here to network with other creators. If you go in there and think it's like, I'm going to Disneyland, don't go to Vid Summit. If you're like, I want to go to college and I want to learn, I'm here to interact and I'm here to learn, Vid Summit is the best place to be, because there are more resources there for you to improve your craft, to understand YouTube better, to understand content creation better, to understand how to grow as a brand better. And it's all there. You just have to be willing to interact with it. So it's one of those things like college. You got to show up at class. But if you get in there, I promise you, it is hands down still my favorite event for that type of That type of really in-depth insight that you don't get anywhere else.
And we're talking about keynotes, but a lot of this stuff happens outside of the keynotes, in the hallways, in the lobbies. I mean, just the value that you can get in the lobby, not even talk about the keynotes and the speaker in the room, just the stuff that happens in the lobby of Vid Summit is just mind-blowing. But let's talk to somebody else who's been at Vid Summit. Actually, Shelly was there when I was there. I think she went like last year too, or last time it was in person. But we have the woman that saves the day here on Friday Night Vibe, Shelly. Hey, Shelly.
What's up, people? How's it going?
How you doing, pal?
Party people. I'm doing awesome. How you doing? I was saying I saw that majestic hair and I was like, oh, look at that. Amazing.
Your hair senses went off. You wait. I sense a large volume of hair on the Viper Show right now. Let me tune in.
I did. Yeah. How you guys doing? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, it's the weekend. I love it.
All right, what is going on with? I think something's happening with your connection or something, because you were like extremely pixelated, Shelly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you in the witness protection program? Are you trying to hide your identification?
Yes.
There you go.
Someone who shall not be named saves the day.
Oh man. But Shelly, how you been? How you been?
It's weird because it says that I'm connected Ethernet too, so I'm like.
Oh, that's definitely weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Let me refresh. I don't know.
If only we had a tech guy here who could help out. Who knows?
I know, right?
The last time this happened to me, I had to reset my router because it's happened to me before too.
No.
Sometimes it just doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and you have to reset the router and all that shit.
Oh, and that's annoying because you guys look fine on screen, and I'm all blurry. But in the preview window, I look fine.
Try this. This is going to get technical for a second. Open up underneath you. Look at your cam mic settings. Go down to the show advanced options and see what your camera resolution is through StreamYard.
Oh yeah, it reset it to 480. Even that's weird.
It should be 720.
Yeah. So I changed it, but it doesn't seem to be any better. I can leave and try and come back in too.
Yeah, like
it might be me that's the issue. So here, I'll leave and I'll pop back in.
Yeah, you might have to reset your router too, maybe, but yeah, you can try that.
Bye.
Bye.
See you in a minute. This is what happens. Rolling live here, folks.
That is the beauty of live streams. You never know
how we do it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're going to Vid Summit, but what else is Daniel Patal up to? Like, what do you got going on this weekend? Any big plans there?
No, well, filming. I got to catch up on filming. I've been working, I've been working like a dog. Here's one of the things that it comes with trying to grow a channel is I've been working with a lot of different companies and putting content out that satisfies a lot of the deals, right? You're going to be dealing with this, my friend. You're like, I got this first big brand deal. I got VidIQ. What happens is you get enough of them and they all have demands. I'm in the background. I'm constantly working with companies developing software. I'm working with companies trying to have a better UI and UX experience. So we're also trying to make sure that the content that I'm creating that's in contract for other channels, like we do the D and Daniel show, Dean Emmon and I on the Tube Spanner channel. While we're helping develop the Tube Spanner software, we also do a live channel reviews game show now that we're doing on the StreamYard channel. So there's always content we're making. But what happens for me, Viper, is I blink and I go, when was the last time you put a solid piece of edited content on your channel? Not a live stream, like an edited piece of, let me show you something. I looked, and literally today, even though I'm putting up content every week, I go, it says the last piece of solid edited content was 56 days ago. And I went, oh my gosh.
That is 8 weeks. That is literally 8 weeks. Damn.
I'm like, all right, I need to film this weekend. I need to film. I've got a bunch of pieces like of stuff that's in the works, but it's not ready to drop. So I'm like, I need to film some content and help. That's always been my goal, is to help creators learn how to edit better, make content, put it onto YouTube, and once it's on YouTube, figure out how to actually grow a YouTube channel, because that's where the space I live in, where video editing meets growing a YouTube channel. That interaction of how they both work together has always been the space I wanted to live in. But you have to make content. I've done a ton of live streams. It's all up there. She's back, still pixelated.
Yeah,
I don't know. You know what it is? I think.
Might have to ride tonight. Might have to ride the pixelated version.
Sometimes it's just sweet. You got to go with what you got.
Yep.
I don't know. Works fine on my machine.
Yeah, that's what we're living. Yeah, so that's been where I've been living lately. Is this weekend I'm going to try to. I would like to say that I'm going to take the weekend off. It's not going to happen. I'm going to spend most of the weekend filming and trying to get some stuff done so I can have some really edited. Yeah, work.
Out. So, being the successful content creator that you are, Daniel, and we'd love to get your input on it too, Shelly. But what would you say to somebody who's afraid to just get started? Because we've been in these clubhouse rooms. You all know how these conversations go. People make 1,001 excuses not to throw their hat in the ring and get started. So what would you say to somebody who's hesitant on getting started?
Shelly, go.
Yeah.
Death by regret is a lot worse than embarrassment from doing.
Man, that's deep.
Damn. Really?
Yeah,
right.
man.
Damn, Shelly. Oh.
Why did I let her go first? That was stupid. Setting myself up for a fall there. Viper, you should have jumped in and went, no. Don't do that, Daniel. I'll tell you what my 2 cents is. I totally agree with Shelly. I think, Nick Nimmin is another guy who will tell you, like, start right now. He'll say, right, just get into it. Sometimes I think people are waiting for that perfect opportunity to go like, oh, well, I don't have the right camera. I don't have the right lights. I don't have, get in there and learn by that same thing that Shelly was saying, was that kind of trial by fire. Get in and learn by your own mistakes, because I think some people get paralyzed by mistakes, right? They think, oh, if I do it wrong, or what if people don't like it? Listen, it's going to take you many videos to become a good content creator. You do not have that inherent skill. People think like, I made 12 videos, I put them up. Why am I not a huge success on YouTube? Because you're not good. Look, nobody has ever done things. Tiger Woods didn't play golf 12 times and go, that's it, I'm pro. Right? It doesn't work that way. I didn't play guitar 12 times and go, I'm ready for a record deal. It didn't work that way. YouTube is no different. You need to get in there. You need to work. You need to figure it out, because not only are you learning how to connect with an audience better, you're learning to be better at your craft. You're learning how to make better videos. You're learning how to light better. And as things start progressing, you start realizing the kind of things you might need, like, oh, I can spend another $25 on lights and make this look a little better or improve my set. And all of those things take time. So the sooner you get in, the closer you're going to be to that point where you're successful. Because if you think it's going to be quick, for most people, and I'm not saying it can't be, there are people who have dropped 2 or 3 videos and blown up, but that isn't the usual experience for most content creators. So get in now, so that the finish line that you actually find, and there's never a finish line, but the point where you start finding the success you want is closer, because it's relevant to when you start getting in there and doing the work. So do the work now, you'll actually find success sooner.
Absolutely. And those people who do get on YouTube and they blow up within 2 to 3 videos are probably people who have previous experience in front of a camera, or filming or editing, or whatever the case may be. They probably have previous experience. Like Peter McKinnon, before he got on YouTube, he was a professional photographer. So of course, if he gets on YouTube and puts his content out there, he's gonna do things because he has that experience in his pocket. So if they do blow up overnight, chances are it's not even overnight still, because they have that experience from their previous work life that they're bringing to YouTube. But if you're a brand new content creator, like Daniel said, and you don't have the experience, it's going to take time. It's repetition. It's doing it over and over and over again as you hone your craft and get better. The thing that I like to say is, as long as you're better than your last video, you are winning as a creator. So just try to be better than your last video and let it happen naturally. For real.
Preach.
Well, I feel like a lot of people think like, I've watched 4,000 hours of like Daniel Batal or Viper or whoever else online.
Oh, God.
It's like, you can watch 4,000 hours of like NBA basketball, but like until you put a basketball in your hands and like dribble it a few times, take a few shots, like you're not going to come in and be like, I'm ready for the NBA, folks. Like, no, like that's just not how it works.
Wait. Are you saying I'm not an MMA fighter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, sure. But I've watched so much.
He got the hair, though. He got the hair.
I know. But that's the thing, is a lot of us, we learn by doing. And, you don't always just learn through osmosis and being like, well, I watched, a whole bunch of you editing. I'm like, did you push the buttons? Did you try it? Did you do the thing? Did you crush the can? No. Then like, of course you don't know. You don't know what that feels like, or what buttons to push, or like, just because theoretically you kind of understand the concept behind it, it doesn't mean you executed on it. So it's the same when it comes to YouTube. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber. And I'm like, you're not a YouTuber until you actually hit the publish button many, many times. Like that's the rule. You got to do it.
Yeah. You know what it is I think a lot of times people forget that, that it takes a lot of effort to make things look effortless. Yeah. So a lot of us out here who are like, oh, well, you get a pretty good look, and he seems to like his set looks right. And it takes forever to get here. It didn't happen overnight. It took years to build to that. So comparing yourself to someone that you really don't understand where they came from to get to that point, because I think that's it. Sometimes people, you'll see a channel like a Dad How Do I, where it's like, well, the guy's just talking about how to fix his toilet, and all of a sudden he blew up. There was more to it. There's time timing, there's this content, there's the target audience, so you know, all of these things, none of these things will happen, exactly like Shelly said, if you don't get in the game. If you don't swing, you will never hit the ball. So you got to get in there and start swinging. And it doesn't matter how many times you strike out. It just, exactly what Viper said was, don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to you. Try to beat what you did last week. Try to make your videos a little bit better. If you got 10 views on your last video in the first 3 days last week, then see if you can get 15 views on your next video that you publish this week, and use yourself as a yardstick of growth and how well you're doing. Don't look at people who are performing at an extreme level and go, well, how come I'm not getting 100,000 views? Because you know what? You will never survive on YouTube. You will choke yourself out faster than anything. Just look at your own progression and go, I'm just going to try to do better than I did last week.
Well, even Peter McKinnon said, like, my overnight success took like 10 years. Like, you forgot all these steps behind me over here. Like, that was part of his VidSummit speech, right? He's like, you saw this. This. You didn't see all of that back there.
Right.
Yeah. And we all struggle. Everybody thinks that like YouTube success is this like meteoric rise where every week after week, it's like last week you had, you know, this many views a day, and then today you have twice as many, and then tomorrow you have 3 times. Man, it's more like the stock market where it's like, I got a lot, you know, then you change, you move towards a little different topic, and the time of the year fades out. Yeah, I can tell you most creators I know had a surge last year because of the pandemic. More people were locked in their house. More people were watching YouTube videos because they couldn't do anything else. So we all saw a lot of the utility channels that taught people things or that were going live. A lot of us saw increases in viewership and subscriber numbers. And then when the public started being able to go out more, those numbers went down. And I saw a lot of creators freak out like, why is nobody watching my content anymore? I'm like, because you don't have a captive audience right now. Calm down. Just keep making content. And be true to your target audience, and it'll all work out, because that's what it is. You're going to see dips and rises just like the stock market does. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, but you got to look over a much longer period of time to watch the growth and go, well, look where you are today and what you can do today compared to what you could do a year and a half ago, and have that perspective. The number one thing I think creators lack across the boards is perspective. Gain perspective and be able to look at things without blinders on and go, okay, I can see what's going on. I can look back and say, I'm definitely doing better than I was, or I'm not improving. And what are the reasons I'm not improving? And let me have perspective on that and say, don't just say it's YouTube or it's the audience. There's something you can change, switch up to improve upon to start seeing the growth you want to see.
So let's get a little deeper into this, because some people will be like, oh, that person got lucky, or such and such got lucky. Luck. I do not believe in luck, because to me, luck is your preparation meeting opportunity. And what goes into preparation? The work, Daniel, what we were talking about earlier, doing the work. If you do so much work that you get noticed by somebody, let's take me for example, if I make like 500 videos and somebody like a Marquette Brownlee sees one of my videos and invites me to be on his show or something, that is not luck. That is 500 videos of me doing work to get to that point where he noticed me. Or if a Daniel Batal gets an invite to speak at VidSummit, he didn't get lucky. He put in the work to get noticed by Daryl E, to where Daryl will call him and be like, yo, Daniel, I want you to speak at VidSummit. Let's do this. So I would love to get you guys progressive on this whole notion of luck, because I'm not a really big believer in it.
A lot of people tried to say that Cody Warner was lucky, and sure, but he also vlogged how many days straight before he got the attention of like other people. Like, so he's like a really great example right there. He was already putting in the work. Or people try and say like Sarah Dietschy got lucky because of her vlog, like Casey Neistat story, but it's like, but she was already making content and it was good content and it just got noticed at the right time by the right person. But it's not like she wasn't going to keep going. It's a lot of stuff like that where it's just like, yeah, that's a lot of the time when people think someone is getting lucky. If you get lucky and then you have nothing to back it up, no library of content from your viral video, no continued way and path forward from your successful plan, then you're just kind of like SOL at that point, because you're just like, well, I don't know what to do with it. But the people who've already put in the work, have the perspective, and are like still in it for the long run and just keep pushing out content, they're the ones who continually tend to get more lucky. You know what I mean? Like, the more hard work that you put in, the more consistent you are, all of a sudden, the luckier you are, or you seem to get,
It's the ice woman. She's icicled out on us.
Oh, come on. It was getting good. Oh, man.
Shelly saves the frame.
You You are evil, James. You are evil.
Shelly, come back to us, pal.
Oh.
She'll just jump right back in mid-sentence and we'll be like, what happened?
Right,
no, we
right.
were listening the whole time. No, I'm going to follow up with what Shelly is saying. Absolutely. I think that what happens is it's easy. Now, I'm a channel consultant, right? So I've worked with TubeBuddy on all these live events, sat at the booth and sat with each different type of creator. I've worked with creators from 500 subscribers to 5 million subscribers, and each one of them has things that they're missing out or they could improve upon and figure out better ways to grow. And the number one thing that I can tell you about content creators that holds them back is their inability to recognize what they're doing wrong. I have more creators say to me, I'm doing everything right. I'm doing everything right and I'm not growing. And I go to their channel and I go, oh my gosh, you're doing everything wrong. And it's never about, they get so super focused on silly things like, oh, the CTR and I got my face in the thumbnail. And it's never that. Listen, YouTube is a series of conversations. Okay. Everyone out in the chat today, YouTube is a series of conversations. All you need to do is treat it like you're walking into a football stadium full of people all talking, and you're wandering through and you barely know anybody, and you're hearing all these conversations. You're hearing, the price of stocks in Arizona. I don't know, but I don't know anything about it. You go, Italian football teams are being able to kick the goal, and you go, I don't know anything about that. But then they get to a conversation that you go, oh, wait, they're talking about my favorite guitar players from the 1970s. I'm here. I go, whoa, hey, wait a second. I'm here. Let's talk Peter Frampton. What are we talking about? Who are we going to say? And you get into a conversation that you can provide value, that you can get into, that you love, that you have passion about. And all you need to do is when you create your channel is make sure that you're targeting the same kind of people who are interested in that same conversation as you are, and figure out what value you bring to the conversation. If you're doing tech, make sure that you're bringing value to that 900 other people aren't already doing, Yep. Viper's here and he pushes the walls out every single day about the way he approaches tech. And he's, when I think of you, Viper, I don't think just tech. I think about sort of YouTube from a tech perspective, right? Like if I wanted to know more about the gear specifically, I know you're my guy, but you understand the sort of the bigger picture of how that all works into content creation as a whole. And I think a lot of people get messed up in that. They don't see the conversation. They don't know what they add to it. And if they come in and they start trying to repeat what the guy next to him's saying, because they look at a channel and they go, oh, I saw a gaming channel and the guy puts up, Fortnite and he starts playing Fortnite. So I'm going to do that. And I think I'll be huge. Why am I not huge? I'm like, because you ain't him. They've already heard it. What do you bring to the conversation now? Give us something that we haven't seen. Be unique. Do something that makes the viewer want to watch what you're doing and would want to come back for more, for whatever reason that is. And it's not always one thing, but if you can do that, and if you can create something, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to stand out in that conversation and be part of it, where people go, I love talking about this. This is something I'm interested in. And when I see that channel, I feel that connection. I know they love talking about this too. I'm coming back for more. I'm gonna subscribe and bookmark this channel because what I've seen, I love, and I know every time I come back, they're true to that value proposition. I don't come back tomorrow and they're talking about travel and then they're talking about exercise. If it's Viper's show, I know what I'm going to get every time I come back to his channel. I know what to expect. And that's when we talk about consistency. It's not just about how often you're putting out content. It's the type of content and the messaging of that content consistent to the conversation that other people would be interested. Do that and you can grow a channel.
There you go. I love that word that you use, consistency. And it's not just about how many days a week you upload. It's about the messaging as well. Again, because I tell the story all the time. You can walk into a Starbucks and you can buy pastries and different things like that. But chances are, if you're walking into a Starbucks, you're walking in there for their coffee. You can walk into a Dunkin' Donuts to get ice cream or milkshake and things like that. But chances are, if you're walking into a Dunkin' Donuts, you're walking in there for a donut. And that's how some of these big brands got big, because they stuck to consistent messaging. And then over time, as they expanded and got bigger, then they were able to expand into more and more sub things and things like that. But when you're first starting out, you have to have consistent messaging, because the people need to know what to expect from you. People don't like surprises. I mean, let's just be real. People, when they come to a YouTube channel, they want to know what to expect. They don't want you to upload tech one day and then travel the next day. It messes with people. We're like creatures of habit. So if you break the habit, you are not establishing that connection with the audience that you could be if you were more consistent with your content and your messaging. So I love that word that you use.
Well, here's a perfect example, right? Like if you get big enough, if you're a PewDiePie, you can go from gaming into meme reviews because enough people have become invested in you through the thing that they were used to getting that when you pivot to another conversation or you push the walls out, they're willing to stick around because you've built that connection. But you've got to build that connection first. Perfect example, McDonald's. How long did they make cheeseburgers and hamburgers before they went, what if we made chicken nuggets? You know, how many billions of cheeseburgers and hamburgers did they sell before they said, let's push the walls out? Or what if we made breakfast? What about an Egg McMuffin? What about that? They just sold, it was burgers, cheeseburgers, shakes, French fries, boom. They built the thing from the 50s up and then slowly started pushing out the walls once they had established themselves as a voice in the conversation of the hamburger stand. Now you can expand. We're no different. Get your feet planted, make the connection, build your core audience, and then you can consider pushing the walls out.
Definitely. So I'm going to pivot a little bit here because I'm going to blow you up here because earlier we had a comment about the guitar over your right shoulder. So just
which one?
Yeah.
Right. My right or your right?
You're right. You're right.
This one?
Yeah. Somebody was asking about your guitar.
Yeah, that is an Epiphone Junior. I have all different ones here. That one over there is that's a 5-position Squire Telecaster. Most of these aren't specifically expensive. Yeah, that's a Junior. That's a Les Paul Junior, but it's an Epiphone version. Most of the ones, it's because I bang into them. I don't want to put too many expensive guitars behind me. I usually put the ones that if I knock into them, I'm like, yeah, it's all right.
I mean, it's funny because I watch YouTube a lot. And I see like headphone walls and shoe walls, but I don't see too many guitar walls. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's the thing when we were talking about that, right? Like establishing yourself. Now, I was a professional musician. I toured internationally. I had 2 major label deals. Most people know that about me. That's my thing, but that's not what I do on my channel. Right. But it's part of who I am. I think people know it, and I'm never afraid of putting this stuff behind me. Like, oh, wait a minute, candles aren't on. Hold on. That's better.
Check you out. Wow.
Come on, man. When the lights aren't lit. So yeah, I mean, that's part of who I am. The long hair, the sort of music thing is just who I am. It doesn't change the conversation I'm in, but it helps me stand out because when you're talking about, well, which guy do you go to who teaches you video editing and how to grow your YouTube channel? They go, yeah, that guy who looks like the bass player from Slayer. That guy, he looks like Tom Araya. I think that's the guy I like, right? And it's just one of those things that helped me. I didn't want to change to become something I wasn't to have the conversation I wanted to have. And these things that I've had all my life that have been part of my life, they all help me grow and they all help me tell the story that I want to tell, but in my own perspective. Like people ask me, when are you going to pull one of those guitars off the wall and play it? What they don't realize is most of the music behind my tutorials is me playing. I write all the songs and I like me.
Oh, check it out.
So all of this stuff is just me. That's just me pulling stuff off the walls and going, all right, I want this kind of vibe behind my even if it's a Filmora tutorial or a Movavi tutorial or something talking about how to use cards and end screens, that background music, instead of just pulling it from Epidemic Sound, I'll be like, you know what, I'm going to write my own music. So it allows me to bring my thing into the content I create in a way that maybe someone else hasn't. When Dee and I do shows together, we write the intro music. It's just, again, when I talk about bringing your own voice to the conversation, it's all of it. It's bringing everything that you've had in your life into the conversation so that you can express the thing you do in a way that the next guy isn't. And I don't mean just talking about the thing. It's every element, every piece of how you create content. Bring your heart and your soul into it and make yourself stand out.
Ooh, you're speaking my language. Because that is exactly how I present content. When you watch one of my tech videos, you're not getting the usual typical mundane, we're going to talk about this, blah, blah, blah. You're getting, what's up, people? This your boy Viper. Why? Because I grew up watching WWE. So that kind of ingrained into the fabric of how I present content. And plus, I know nobody on YouTube is presenting tech the way I'm presenting tech because they just don't do it because it's so outside of the norm. So when you watch a Viper video, you know that you are watching a Viper video. So I love the way you explained that. Putting every ounce of yourself into your content and what you do to differentiate yourself, because that is how you stand out on YouTube. I'm so glad you're on here tonight. You're dropping this fire. I love it.
Yeah. But you live in this same thing, but I think that some of those things are undefinable, right? Everybody wants a blueprint to go, well, what do I do here? Well, what do I do for that? What music should I play? How should I make my thumbnails? And at some point you can give best practice advice, you can give them tips, but it really comes down to you have to grab them by their shoulders and go, listen, this is your voice. You need to find your voice, embrace your voice, and get out there and hone what you do. Okay. Don't be afraid to be naked, to expose yourself and show people who you are. Because listen, we're every one of us, we could all make channels on the exact same topic, making the exact same titles and the exact same videos. And some of us would connect and some of us wouldn't. It'd be like giving a song, giving a decent song to 20 different artists that you know, musicians. Give it to U2, give it to the Rolling Stones, give it to Shania Twain, give it to, Britney Spears, give it to anyone you can think of, right? Give it to, Two Live Crew. I'm going deep. Deep cuts.
I love it.
Right? To give it to anybody, NWA, pick it up and give it to a bunch of people, and every one of them would take that song and do it their own way, even knowing this was the blueprint. No two voices would be the same. So you have to think about content creation the same way. Don't get so freaked out about how am I supposed to do this? There are no rules. The only rule is you need to be in a conversation you want to be in, and you have to be impactful and provide value so that a target audience goes, I dig what you do. I'm coming back. I want to hear more. I like what you're throwing out there.
Man, y'all are getting a rare treat tonight. We got Daniel Batal in here dropping absolute fire, and I'm here for it. I love it. Love it, man. All the time. Michael says emotion, empathy, and relatability. Yeah, that's a good blueprint, definitely.
Wait, hang on. Mr. Paul Peck in the house. Mr. Paul Peck, everybody.
Paul Peck in the building. What's up, bro? How you doing? Yeah. Paul Peck dropping by. I appreciate you dropping by, sir. Thank you for showing up, man. Thank you.
If anybody who doesn't know Paul Peck, he's one of my favorite creators out there. I've met Paul in real life out at doing the conventions. And Paul Peck is a guy who is a real life drywaller. That's what he does. He's a contractor, right? He brought that to YouTube, and he's a guy that has a silver play button now, doing nothing but bringing the thing he knows to YouTube, saying, let me show you how to patch a wall. You got a rough ceiling. You want to figure out how to smooth it out? And he makes videos on in the world he lives in. Right. And I didn't know a lot of guys that were doing drywall the same way. We're friends with Roger Wakefield.
Yes.
Owns plumbing, right? How many plumbers, like a plumber is going to come, like a 50-something-year-old plumber from Texas is going to come to YouTube? Yes. And he did. And he owns it. He's crushing it because he didn't try to be something he wasn't. He was his authentic self, brought something he was invested in, got in there, did it. And people connected because he spoke the language. Paul speaks that language of drywall and how to hang drywall, how to mud and tape, how to smooth things out, how to fix a hole. If you smash a hole in a wall, he's like, let me show you a quick way to fix that. And he lives in that space, and he doesn't try to be Viper. He doesn't try to be Daniel Batal. He doesn't try to be Nick Nimmin. He doesn't try to be PewDiePie. He doesn't try to be anybody else than who he is. And he's crushing it because of it.
Yeah. There is nothing more sustainable on YouTube than authenticity, being authentic with yourself and being authentic with your audience. Because if you try to get on here and you're unauthentic, you're faking, you're trying to fake it, the audience will see right through you real quick. Like, I don't know if people give the viewers of YouTube enough credit for just how smart and intelligent they are. They are very smart. They are very intelligent. And if you try to pull one over them, they will call you out in a heartbeat. They will rake you by the coals, man, or rake you through the coals, I should say. So if you're coming on YouTube, you better be bringing your A game, because if you're not, the audience will chew you up and spit you out.
And YouTube is hard enough to begin with. Let's be realistic right now. What does it take? If any other job in the world, you kind of learn that job and you get better at it, and you're kind of doing a similar thing day after day. But let's be serious now. You want to be a YouTube content creator? You have to learn how to you learn how to be on camera. You have to learn how to be a videographer. You have to learn how to, suddenly you have to learn to be an artist. You have to know how to make thumbnails. You got to make channel art. You got to learn SEO. You got to learn how to get content up on YouTube. You have to learn the YouTube platform. You have to understand how to connect with an audience. You now have to be your own branding ambassador, so you can reach out there and you can make sure that things look a certain way and that you're represented a certain way. You got to be a set builder. You got to understand tech. You got to know how to use microphones. You have to understand how computers work. It is insane, the amount of things you need to learn how to be a successful YouTuber. So if you focus on that, it will crush you. Focus on the message, who you're trying to connect with. Then the other things kind of fall into place.
Speaking of people who are crushing it on YouTube, my man Renee Richie is in the building with the $20.99 super chat. Renee, you're right, man. It's been a long time since you've been on Friday Night Viper. You've been in the chat. I appreciate you dropping by, Renee. Thank you so much. And Renee, you are definitely crushing it and doing your thing, man. So salute to you. And thank you for joining my room the other night on Clubhouse. Definitely appreciate you making the time for that, man. Always love what you're doing on here, Renee. Thank you, man. Thank you for real, man. Oh man, how long have you been making videos on YouTube, Daniel?
This is so I started making videos intentionally on YouTube. I have to put caveats and prefaces before everything, right? I really got serious about it. I started putting videos on YouTube in 2012. I was a general contractor, and along the way, I used to use it as a hosting site because I had a contracting company, and it's like, oh, one of the ways to get better SEO and show up on Google is to make videos that shows the kind of work you're doing. So I would embed them, and I just thought it's that place where you can put videos up. And I did some experimenting, and Vimeo at the time was there, and YouTube was there, and they were both kind of decent. And YouTube seemed to connect better with Google. And so I started using it there. But then probably about 2018, my son came to me and said, hey, Dad, I'd like to do a YouTube channel, because he had seen other people make YouTube channels. And I was like, well, I have a YouTube thing. I mean, it's probably 2017, maybe just going into 2018. I said, I don't know if I'd call it a channel. It's just I put content there. I think I make a little money because I never thought of it as a channel. The videos had driven enough views where I would get randomly checks from Google, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but whatever. And then they changed the monetization, and I didn't have any real subscribers, because I had never built that way. So my son and I said, let's build a channel. I said, what do you want to build? He's like, we could eat hot sauces. It was like the dumbest thing in the world. So we built this channel called Extreme Food Reviews, and we were eating hot sauces, and we were making hot sauces, and we were eating spiders, and you name it. It was just a challenge channel that has about maybe 10,000 subscribers now. We haven't uploaded to it in over 2 years. But what I realized was, I said to my son, I will keep doing this as long as it's fun. The minute this feels like a chore, let's not do it anymore, because I wanted it to be a thing that my son and I could share together, right? We'd make videos. Right. And that's where I started cutting my teeth on different, video editing software and trying to learn how to grow a channel on YouTube. And it got to the point where sometimes he wasn't around, and I would be like, oh, he's away with his mom or something. And so I would make a video on my own. I go, all right, I guess I'm alone. So instead of being alone with the challenge, what's the fun there? I'll show people how to make a hot sauce, because I am kind of good in the kitchen. I like cooking stuff. I'll show people how to make some of the hot sauces that we eat. And what I realized was all the challenge stuff was 1,000 views, maybe 1,500 views. And when I showed people how to make hot sauce, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 views, I'm like, wait a minute. I think I'm learning something here. And we got to the point where my son was like, I'm like, hey, you want to film something? He'd be like, yeah. I'm like, okay, we're done. We're done. I never want to push you. But I wasn't done. I said, I want to keep going. I'm loving this, but I'm learning something. And I didn't know what to do next. I'm like, I've learned that just doing challenges didn't really attract people. It was like, how many times you want to watch a guy eat octopus or whatever the thing was? So it's like, I wanted something that brought people back day after day. And I learned when I showed them how to cook something, how to make a hot sauce, that connected. So I said, all right, I want to do something where I can show somebody something. So I got a little deeper into it, and so I'm lying. That channel might have been as early as 2016 with my son. So probably I think it was July of 2018, I started the channel I have now, right? I think that's about right. You can quote me if I'm wrong, but I think that's when I started it. And I sat for a long time. I actually built channels that never launched. I sat with Brian G. Johnson. I said, well, I like to cook, and I was doing this cooking thing, and let's cook. I'll make a cooking show. And we tested out, and we started doing some branding, and I made a couple of test videos, and they were good, but he's like, do you love it? And I'm like, I don't know if I love it. And we talked, and I finally, it hit me that I'm like, wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out how to make content and grow a YouTube channel. Why don't I make a channel about how to make better content and grow a YouTube channel? Because I'm living in the space. This is what I'm living right now. So doesn't it make a lot more sense to be authentic and talk about the thing that I'm doing? And I'll just kind of show people what I'm doing as I'm going. Lo and behold, we started doing that, and the channel has taken off since. So realistically, it's been about 2.5 years that I've been really serious about YouTube. That I had my nose to the grindstone and said, I'm going to do this. And I've been full-time. it wasn't long after. I think I left my job. I closed down my construction company 2 years ago, January. I went, we're doing this full time. We're going all in. And if it goes, it goes. If it fails, it fails. And that's where we were. That's where we're at.
Oh, yeah.
Look, crisp.
Yeah. Woo! We are back. We are in the building, baby. We got 1080p or 720p Shelly in here. Yes.
So I don't know. I reset the router. I reset my computer, and I was like, I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing left in the tank. If you come back and be like, I don't know, it's not working.
Well, you listen to Viper. You only get to listen to one guy when it comes to tech. You know what you should do?
Listen to Viper.
Listen to Viper.
I need to make a hashtag. I need to make that a shirt.
Listen to Viper. I'll wear that shirt.
Oh man. So Daniel,
what did I miss?
You are here. Oh,
all of the things.
Daniel,
we solved world hunger.
Daniel got you good. He called you Shelly Safe the Frame. That was hilarious.
Yeah, you froze. You were one frame. That was it. Yeah, it was it. And we were like, oh, okay.
I hope it was a good one. It wasn't like
There is no such thing as a good frame when you freeze a YouTuber. You know this. It's always like,
oh god.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, oh yeah, it's not good.
So Daniel, I'm curious, how does your son feel about your success on YouTube?
Oh, he's my biggest supporter. Like when we hit, this is the weirdest thing. When I launched this channel, I was busting my butt, and he would come on every night. He's helped me make some content still. I'll bring him in every now and then. He'll help me make a video because he's just really funny. But I was really pushing to hit that 100,000 subscriber mark. I wanted that silver play button. I kind of knew about when it was going to hit, watching the data. I'm like, oh, I think it'll hit in about a week. And it happened to be the week of Father's Day last year. And I was like, holy crap. I thought it was going to be 3 days after. Things were speeding up. Next thing I know, middle of Father's Day, I'm like, holy crap. I think we're going to hit 100,000 subscribers today. We jumped on live. I had to bring my son with me, and we sat there and watched it churn over, and it hit it. And it was just one of the best feelings in the world to have my son with me, who had started his idea, said like, why don't we do a YouTube channel? And he was the kid who pushed me into doing this. And here we were 2 years later, silver play button, hitting 100,000 subscribers. I was a full-time content creator now. And it was just one of those moments where you go, it was I had my son with me, who was such a big part of it, but it also allowed me to sort of, without saying anything, like show him like, if you really want something, if you want to be something, if you want to do something, it's just effort. It's just effort. And it doesn't matter how old you are. I'm 54 years old. It doesn't matter how old you are or when you start. What it is putting your nose to the grindstone and saying, I'm going to do this. I really want to do this, and I think I can do it. And I'm not going to let anyone tell me no, and I'm not going to make excuses. I'm just going to do the work, and I think I could do something. And it worked out. So it's been great. It's been great.
That's amazing, man. Shelly, I have not had a chance to congratulate you face to face on your new position. So congratulations. You got with you, buddy. I said it like 2 times. I'll say it a third time. They could not have picked a better person.
Wait, Tube who?
Daniel.
But do you have the pillow?
Look at the pillow. Look at the pillow.
Look at that.
You know, it's funny. I've actually had the pillow for years. It's been sitting in my set. I just I brought it up it was in one of the cubbies, but now it's
awesome.
It's been resurrected.
You even got the big TB behind you. Look at you.
They did send me that, but I already had the pillow. Yeah. By the way, I was told I need to de-girlify my set just a little bit, so I'm going with headphones. What do we think?
I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. Who told you that?
What is that? What kind of sexist remark is that?
No, not like that. I actually brought it up first. I was like, this probably.
What, they didn't like? What did you have? Unicorns?
No, not at all. But I had a lot of like flowers and the twinkly lights and all that stuff. And they're like, maybe we could at least have some stuff so a lot of us match. So if we send you the letters or something like that, that would be awesome. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, absolutely.
How many? Now, I like have spent ridiculous amounts of money and time trying to get my set to look and sound like something. How long have each of you, like how much time have you sat trying to get your sound right, trying to get the look right, trying to get the lighting right?
Until now, it will be continuous. Yeah,
it doesn't end.
It never ends. It never ends. So for someone out there who's like, I need to have the perfect set, I'm like, it doesn't exist
Right.
because like you go back 3 years and you're like, you could not be more blue on my set, you know, or like my lighting. And I was like, hey, it was not an aesthetic choice. That's all I knew. Or like, I thought it looked good. And now I'm like, ooh, girl, no. And so it's just something you continuously tinker with forever.
Yeah.
And even now I changed my orientation of my desk and I have these other windows that I used to have these light blocking things on. And now it's like, also dependent on the time of the day, all of a sudden, like my lights, I have to turn them up or down because it just looks different, you know, during the day or not. So
that's a big one. I literally like everything in my corner here that I built out. Like there are light blocking shades and then media curtains over the windows. It's like when I turn the lights off, it's a cave. Just for that reason, because I was like, listen, I don't want to be filming at noon and then come back and film at 9 at night to pick up where I left off and have the look be completely different. And it took forever to figure out how to properly, I'm in a house. I mean, it's not like I don't have like massive sound stage that was built that I show up in my Ferrari and unlock the door and go in. I'm not Peter McKinnon. I don't have that.
Even when I try and make the lights the same, like I put a drop of nail polish on the spot where I turn the lights up to, so it's kind of around the same each time where I think I like it. But like it could be completely, looks like I have a suntan in one and then the other, it looks like I'm in an igloo. Like it's even on the same light, you know, so it's just like,
I fortunately don't have to work that hard. Like, when I got my Godox light initially, it took a little while for me to like get it in the right spot. But once I got in the right spot, I just parked it there. Luckily, I'm the only one that lives there. So when I got all my lighting together, that is pretty much how it stays. I just come in here, turn on the computer, take camera, shoot a video, that's it. But I don't really do anything with the lighting except turn them on and off once I got them into position. It took about maybe about an hour or two maybe to get things set the way I wanted. But once I got it set, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, but so having decent lighting, right? That's what you said. You got decent lighting.
I think a lot of people upgrade the camera before like lighting, and if anything, it's like just actually upgrade your sound, upgrade your lighting before you upgrade the video. It's just people think about it in the wrong order, you know.
I agree.
Let's talk about that real quick. Let's get into the importance of audio because that was the first thing that I invested in on my channel. So for the first, I think 6-7 months of my YouTube career, I was doing everything on my iPad Pro. I was shooting a video, editing a video. I was using the internal mic of the iPad Pro for my audio. Somebody hit me up. I don't know if he's still here, but Christian hit me up in a Discord. He sent me a private message. He goes, Viper, I like your content, but you got to do something about your audio. It sounds like you're underwater. So that's when I went out and I brought a Blue Yeti. And ever since then, my audio has been on point. But audio is so important. So, and Daniel, I know you're a big audio dude. So tell us about just how important audio is when it comes to video, man.
Yeah, I think what the thing is I think that viewers in general, because they're watching on mobile more often than anything, most people are going to be watching your content on a mobile device. And Shelly and I had long discussions about this, you know, and there's a whole nother discussion about whether or not they'll be holding it sideways, whether they'll be holding it vertically.
But if they're holding, don't lie, man. The numbers don't lie.
Shelly will tell you that even when you film in 16:9, that look at this, Roberto Blake, he's right on.
The majority of people will still hold their phone in a vertical orientation because they're scrolling through comments, they're looking at other stuff. It's just overwhelmingly the majority of the time.
So knowing all of that, like, what are the chances that your video that might be slightly inferior and slightly less crispy is going to be noticed as much as harsh, echoey, abrasive sound that people can never get over? It's
like
one of those
wind
things that's
when you're outside and that awful, like horrific sound. People can't stand that for very long. And that's the extreme example. Like imagine trying to be out there vlogging in the middle of a windy day, but like you can have that same effect and give it to your viewers just by doing a sitting down talking head video. If it's just sound bouncing all over and you sound like you're inside of a tin roof or inside, just like awful sound, and people won't forgive that as easily as they will like really bad audio, because a lot of the time people may be washing the dishes or just listening while they're driving or doing a lot of things. But if you come across then with that windy audio being like, hey guys, and they can't make it out and they're fighting to hear, they're just like, I'll find another video.
Or even inconsistent. One of the biggest things I see people do is they film outside, then they go inside, and it's like the levels are changed. Yeah. How many of you have ever watched a television show and a commercial comes on and it's 16 times louder than the show, and you're like reaching for the remote, like whoa. That happens in videos, and people are like, what is going on? So learning how to have it doesn't have to be phenomenal. Like I have fancy mics now, right? So like we're both using like a Shure SM7B.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I've got up top for when I want it out of shot, I've got a Sennheiser MKH 416. Like that's $1,000 mic. That took forever for me to build up to the fact that I would buy those mics for that situation. Most of the content, I was using like an Audio-Technica AT2020 that's like under $100,
it's like
but it
$99.
sounds good. It sounds good. So that consistency of what I always make sure the audio sounds decent and doesn't fluctuate a lot depending on don't film stuff where 1 minute you're at a mic and the next minute you're on your phone. Yep. And all those changes are like hitting people in the head like, wow, what happened there? Try to keep it smooth, try to keep it consistent. Think about viewer experience, the experience of the viewer, not only in the content and the way you're trying to provide value, but the way it sounds, the way it looks. Keep it smooth, keep it easy. Make sure the person goes, this was nice, I liked it. There wasn't... Someone said this recently, and I think it was Roberto. I think Roberto said to me, and I might be misquoting, but it was like, you only need to be good enough so that things aren't distracting.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the greatest audio in the world. You just shouldn't, it could have been Nick who said it. You just don't need it to be distracting. If it distracts from the thing that they're watching, then you've got a problem. So try to get to the level where all the things that are going on, people can focus on the message and the value.
One thing I used to do is I would upload a video unlisted to my channel, and then I would listen to my volume in comparison to other YouTube videos that other people, because I've also seen it be where your video is just so much louder, abrasively louder than someone else who's maybe catching it in a playlist or something, or saw some others and then like got onto yours, and it's just like jarring how much louder or how much quieter it is. And so it's almost like there's at some point a standard audio level of videos, and especially like spoken talking head ones. And so if you come in and you find that you are abnormally, loud or abnormally quiet, unless that's part of your branding of personal stuff, then maybe you want to take a look at that too.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't spend any time learning about DAW, digital audio workstations. There's so many easy ones, as simple as Audacity, up through, I use Reaper, people use Pro Tools. A lot of these things like DaVinci Resolve and Adobe Premiere Pro have audio workstations built in. Yeah, so you can get in there and you can do that. But learning things like how to use EQ, how to use compression. EQ and compression are 90% of what you need to make your audio sound good. Even here, like I use a Rodecaster Pro that allows me to have all the EQ and compression in here, so that I can modify the way the mic sounds and try to put in, it's not picking up too much background noise. I use noise gates, de-essers. Yeah, those things are important. And if you're learning about how to make content, audio is just as important as the video. So learn how to make sure that what people are hearing is just as impactful as what they're seeing.
And I would always highly encourage people to, before they spend money on another camera, shoot with your cell phone. If you spend it on the audio and spend it on the lighting.
Definitely. We got Chantel there. She's using the Rode NTG, but she doesn't like the camera in the shot. Do you have suggestions for getting a nicer sound?
Boom arm pull mic just out of the frame, usually on a little arm that's coming down, kind of pointed towards your head.
Yeah. Also think about the isolation. Sound reflects. The mic you're actually quoting is more of a close mic. Like these things here, the two of us are using, I don't know, I can't see what Shelly's mic is right now. There we go. We're all using the Shure. Look at this.
Trifecta. We got the trifecta, baby. Woo!
This is the Shure SM7B. It's about a $400 microphone. They have to go through some sort of preamplification to make it, because even if you plug it into a regular, phantom powered source, it's still not powerful enough. You have to do a preamp before that. So there's all these different stages. They sound good, but they don't sound really good the minute you get away from them.
Exactly.
They're meant to be like up close.
They are a live proximity mic. So if you're trying to do something that's farther away, what you might want to look into is think about getting a shotgun mic. Rode makes a great couple of shotgun mics. So does Deity.
Makes a really great.
Deity. I have this, and you can put them just out of frame, and they sound really good at 12 inches away or so, just out of frame, and they'll still have that nice warm feeling, and they don't lose. They're not so akin to that proximity effect. So maybe complement your
on that, because I've always hated having the mic in shot. But I've tried it farther away. I've tried it, and you have to be kind of up close and on it, unfortunately. So if you really feel strongly about not having the mic in the shot or not having it that close to you, then you're really going to have to get more creative with the boom arms and like the more directional, like shotgun mics, like, you know, this guy, just out of frame. Or like I've tried to do it mounted sideways on the arm and then slightly angled up so that it's just underneath, especially if I have a lower third, if I'm live streaming. That's about the best I've ever gotten with it. That like it is what it is at this point.
The other side of that is take the mic that you have, kill the reflection in your room, understanding how acoustics work. If you've got a mic and you're pulling it back, you're going to lose some of that low end. You're going to lose some of that proximity effect. But you can do things like you can create simple gobos is what we used to use in the recording studio. You can take, ever seen a garment rack? It just looks like, you've seen like the hotels, they hang the clothes on them and they're on wheels and they move them around. You'll see it at the dry cleaners. You can buy those things for cheap money, throw a packing blanket over it and put it behind where you're filming and it stops reflection. You can take them right down quickly. And then what you can do is if the mic is farther back and you're stopping a lot of that reflection, you can use things like compression and limiter to bring that back and EQ to bring some of the low end back and compensate for the mic being farther back. What you'll be fighting is reflection. So if you can kill the reflection and make sure things aren't bouncing around, then you can take a mic that's even a dynamic mic or even something that's hopefully a cardioid pattern that's pulling mostly from the front. And you can tune that afterwards and get a little more distance from it.
I like Trent's suggestion as well about using about the lens that you use, using a lens that's not as wide, so it's easier to hide the mic. So that's definitely an option as well.
Yeah. What are you filming? What are you live streaming with right now, Viper?
I have a Sony A7 III with a 24 millimeter f1.4G master lens. Yeah.
You look crispy. You look nice.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Jonathan Morrison for gifting me with this lens, man. Whew, crazy.
Nice.
Shelly, we got a company there. I got a little doggy.
We got Cooper in the house, which is a rare occurrence. It's usually just a little girl, but he's here for just a minute, so I'm gonna make him be a star. Baby, you're a star. You're a star, Cooper. Look at him though with his little wait for it. Wait. Look at him with his collar. He got his own bling.
Oh, check him out. Check him out. There we go. Yeah,
I need a collar like that. Put that on my Viper. Put that on my Christmas list.
Oh man,
you're a star. You're a star. Yeah.
So Shelly, earlier we were talking about the Vid Summit and just how cool it is to be at Vid Summit.
Are you coming out this year, Shell? What are you doing? You afraid of going out yet, or you're gonna brave it?
Well, I did get my my round of vaccines, so that's always good. Okay. I had already purchased my ticket from when it was, like postponed and stuff. So I already have my ticket already purchased, but I think I'll be also heading down there with TubeBuddy as well. So
sweet.
Yeah. I mean, one way or the other, I'll be there.
Yeah. So talk to us about your previous experience at the Vid Summit and what you got out of it and things like that.
Vid Summit is absolutely the conference that you want to be at if you want to actually learn something and be around other creators who are passionate about wanting to learn things as well. They're not as geeked out about like, oh my God, how many followers do you have? And it's not that kind of environment. It's more of a like, what are you doing to make money? Oh, that's cool. How can I do that? Or, who are these people that I should talk to? And not only the sessions that you go to, but the hallway conversations that you have, the networking opportunities that you have, the fact that like, you then end up having these relationships with, people you meet in the lobby or then you go out to dinner with, or you, it's more of that environment and a lot less of the ego that you see at a lot of the other events with the people walking around with their entourages. And I liken it, VidCon is very much like about fans of the creators, but Vid Summit is really about an educational place for creators to learn from creators. Yeah. So I enjoy that a lot more. And I like it that it's a lot smaller, but it's a lot more like serious-minded people.
Definitely. Mr. C. Over, yes, this year Vid Summit is in person. All three of us on this panel will be in Los Angeles in that Vid Summit this year in person. We are all going. So it is in person, even though Hefe's going to be there too. We are all going to be there this year. So we are attacking Vid Summit. We are all showing up in person, baby. We are there.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'll probably spend some time at the TubeBuddy booth. I've been working with TubeBuddy on the back end still. They drag me back in. So we're back there. They usually end up getting me out there and do some channel reviews and stuff. So I can't imagine that we won't be. Not that we have anything against
we were
the
there
VidIQ
like
booth.
last year and all of a sudden thrown into that live stream.
Yeah. That's been
like,
all of the events for me.
El Jefe. We love Travis McPee. We love, Liron when he was there. Jeremy when he was there.
The VidIQ guys used to show up and they would mess with the two. There's a friendly rivalry. They would mess with our setup and stuff. I'm like, you sons of. So all good people, all done in jest. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I will be definitely stopping by the TubeBuddy booth myself.
I bet you will when we're closed to hide all of our shirts.
Oh man, I can't wait. It's too long. I'm ready to be in there right now.
Well, I tell you, the great thing about especially VidSummit, but just being at conventions is sometimes being a content creator where you're like this, right? We're all everybody in the chat, everybody here. We're all so far apart right now. We use the internet to connect. We use our content connect. We use social media to connect, where we all get to hang out and chat, but. Being in the same room, being able to actually like give someone a hug and have a bite to eat or have a drink and just really do the thing that we do in person and really have that higher level of connection there's nothing better. If you ever really want to experience what it's like to understand that there is a creator community out there, go to one of these conventions, learn, meet other creators, understand that you're not alone and that all of us are in the similar boats with different hurdles in front of us, but we're all sort of all heading down that same river. And there's it's an uplifting experience to talk to other people and, because sometimes they'll say something that you go, I had that same problem, but you know how I solved it, and you can give advice, or you'll have something that you're wrestling with and someone will say, oh, you know what you can do to get past that thing? Why don't you try? And there's so many just great inputs and different perspectives from different creators that it makes it so much more worthwhile. I always leave those types of, especially VidSummit, going home feeling re-energized and wanting to be a better creator, and that's worth the price of admission alone.
So I always talk about having,
and I would say if you're going to only pick one, I would pick VidSummit.
Definitely,
I agree.
So I always talk about having positive relationship with your fellow creator. And there's not really any better way to do that. I mean, obviously you can like have a good relationship online and over the internet, but meeting your fellow creators in person is like next level, because then they see you face to face. That you're each other is real, and like you're talking, you're vibing, and different things like that. And it becomes a lot easier to collab, or maybe if you like want to ask that person to collab in the future or something like that. At least now they know who you are physically, so it has a deeper connection that way, as opposed to you being like just a picture and an email online. Meeting people in person and in-person networking is next level. Like there is no replacing that. I think a lot of people, when they had these digital events last year, a lot of people felt kind of disjointed because they weren't in person, and the digital events just did not feel the same as these in-person events. And having been to events of myself, I can definitely tell you that meeting creators in person is awesome. It's amazing. Some of the creators that have been on my channel, my live stream, probably wouldn't have been on my channel or live stream had I not met them in person at VidSummit 3 years ago. So meeting people in person and networking in person is, you can't really put a price on that. That's invaluable. If you can do it, do it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say those hallway conversations, so good. Like, I remember walking around with my cell phone and trying to ask some random creators, like, hey, what do you do when YouTube makes you sad? And I got like 13 different creators just in the hallway. Sarah Dici walking by, hey, do you mind asking? 30 seconds tops. Yup. How? Oh, like I would
Here
never.
we go.
Oh no.
And that was right
in the hallway. Same with Justin Brown. Same with all these different people. Andrew Edwards or Brian D. Johnson and like the whole Nick Nimmin and the whole crew. And so like I have a collab video with 13 different people asking that question from literally just walking an hour on the VidSummit floor.
I remember that. I remember this. And you probably
I've been stuck in the lobby where it's like I've all of a sudden like trying to get in or out, and like Owen Video comes running up and hey, what are you doing right now?
What are you doing right now? Oh, I had one of those, and someone was like, what are you doing right now? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, I need you to be in my podcast. And so I think it was like He had his own little podcast set up there on the couch. And like, so I'm like, okay, yeah, we're sitting down on the couch.
But that's it. The people who are proactive about like, hey, you know what? I'm really gonna live this experience, not just kind of passively. You can't go into there like it's a movie theater and go, I'm just going to watch. Yeah. You got to get in there and you got to treat it like an event and be like, I'm going to talk to people. I'm not going to try to, you know, stuff my face down their throat or whatever. Just get in there, talk, have conversations, and you'll find that most creators out there, we're all just, everybody's just a human being, and they're more than willing to talk about stuff, because the one thing, you know, you're in a room full of people who all have the same interest. Yeah. They're all content creators.
I remember Desiree Martinez set up a station, and they were just randomly like talking to females there, being like, hey, we're doing this, we're launching the Women of YouTube podcast, do you want to be a guest? And so can you imagine what it would be like to have to go out and try and book all of these people to be on this podcast? But then she had people come up, what are you doing? Oh, we're doing a podcast. Oh, cool. Like, hey, you want to sit down? And so I think she had like, I don't even know, several months worth of content from just sitting down and talking to people as they were, you know, running through the halls. And so that kind of stuff is amazing. And I remember vividly watching Sean Cannell and team. I think it was last day, everyone was packing up, but he had like, I think collab after collab, you know, in the lobby, just kind of like shooting those videos one after another. And then I remember like seeing those videos come out on his channel and be like, look at him go.
I watched him throw down with a rap battle with him and Nick Nimmin.
Yeah.
I was like, really? You guys are just going to do this here? All right, cool.
I think he did the same thing at Social Media Marketing World with someone else. It was hilarious. I love it.
So
What's
funny.
up, Dan? How you doing, man? Appreciate you dropping in.
Dan, Creator Fundamentals. How you doing, pal?
Yo,
there's another conference that's going to be happening. Dan has People of Video that's happening out in New York. So if that is, I believe that's in October. So if people are looking for something on the other side of the country, you could check that out.
Definitely. Dan's legit, and People of Video should be pretty good. Speaking of rap battle, sir, I was not aware, I think it was last year, I don't know, 2 years ago now, I was not aware, Mr. Patel, that you can fit some bars, sir. You can fit bars. I heard it.
Wait, I cannot. Let's make this clear.
This is one of the things that started a fight between Daniel and I.
Well, I don't know it was a fight. It was a friendly
It was a tiff. It was a tiff.
Shelly's like, I want to talk to you, mister. We did, it was a funny thing. I had done, like, all right, you know, Brian G. Johnson and I are
waiting for my bar.
What? Come on, Shelly. This is why I won't let you rap with me, because you can't stay in frame.
Hippopotamus, my lips are bottomless. No, right. You stop.
Timing is everything. So you know that Brian and I go way back, right? So Brian had said to me, Brian and I we went relentlessly throughout 2019 and said, we're going to work our butts off, and every morning we would talk about strategies and, you know, what you think you're going to do, what I'm going to do. We'd bounce ideas back and forth. And that's when he went from 50 to over 100,000 subscribers. And I went from, you know, whatever I was at, like 17 up to probably that in that year, I think I got, that's where by the end of the year I hit my silver play button. So we were just trying to crush over like 2019, 2020. And Brian said to me one day, he had made a video that he had the packaging of it. I said, don't do it that way. Do it this way. We talked a lot because we like husband and wife. And he did something. It took off. It did really well. And he said, I did the thing you suggested, and the video's doing great. And he said, you should totally call me out. And what do you mean? He said, you should make a diss track. Go. like at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? So by the end of the day, I had written the song, recorded the song, filmed the video, and I dropped it 8 hours later, called Brian G. Johnson Stole My Idea.
Video. Yeah.
There was a song. And let me tell you something, folks. I can play guitar and I can sing, but rapping, I can tell you, I am the best video editor when it comes to rapping out there, because thank God I could edit it together to make it look like I knew what I was doing. I said every line 3 times to get audio edit. It was nothing. There was no flow. It was all created in post. Totally edited. I suck. If you asked me to do that, I couldn't do it live in a million years. So I filmed the video. But listen, this is the power of video. I dropped that video, and I think I even surprised Brian. Brian didn't know what I was going to do, right? So I just dropped it, but I went dead serious. I'm like, why would I make it humorous? I'm just going to call him out and call him a thief. And Nick Nimmin messages
the
Brian.
best.
Nick Nimmin
Best.
messages Brian, and he goes, Brian, is Daniel pissed at you?
What did you do to piss him off? What did you do?
God, it was great.
Brian had to tell him, like, no, I told him to do it. Because it was so, I think it took everyone, like, that's the way I look at things. Like, how do I don't want to go like, hey, this is a joke. I'm just going to come out and I'm going to drop a diss track. And it messed with everybody. And then little did I know that he and Nick then got in and behind the scenes and made a response one. And and they, like, Nick can spit. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Nick never got bars.
It was so good.
Nick never can rap. Okay.
But that isn't why we got in our tiffle. Our tiffle was actually you approached me about doing a different music thing, and then you said, oh yeah, I'll send you these this track, this, make sure that when you get it then you come back with the audio.
We didn't do that.
That was still waiting.
Listen,
9 months later.
Shot fired.
I still
it's hard. I can do a cappella, but like if I need a backing track of something for
I still have Andrew Can and asked Nick and I to do a song for their we did the COVID 24-hour live stream. If they hit a certain target, we were all in the corn stream. If they hit a target, we were supposed to do a song for them. He's still waiting too. So let me tell you, before you yell at me, there's a line you need to get in of people that are yelling already.
Get in line.
But I did want to say congratulations on your new bike. I saw it. She looks beautiful.
Thank you. Very excited.
Awesome.
And listen, hey, it's not like you and I have not done other things together. We've done plenty of appearances where we're spitting some value and some information out there. What
does that have to do with the price of bread?
I don't know. I'm trying to deflect from the point you were trying to make. Would you work with me here?
But we'd already gone and moved past it. And you were like, hey, let's row back to this island where first I'm going to like learn how to hang myself again. No, let's set it on fire.
Did I ever tell you not to piss off Shelly? Because let me tell you, no one holds a grudge like Shelly holds a grudge.
I am telling you.
She's coming out swinging. So I just decided I won't be at Vid Summit this year because personal protection. I don't know if I can take the beating.
It's true though. I will remember things forever.
Right. I've got my new channel is someone save Shelly. Someone save Daniel from Shelly Saves the Day. That's my new channel.
There you go. Yeah. Yo, Justin, what's up, man? I appreciate you hanging out, man. Thanks.
And I was like, Dan, like it always looks like I'm pissed, but I'm not. I just have extreme resting bitch face. It's just been a thing like
you have
forever.
angry at Daniel resting face. Again, stand in line. There are many people who also have that.
We need you.
If I had a dime for someone, every time someone came at me and I went, oh boy.
But most of the time, I don't want to kill anybody. I'm like perfectly fine and happy. It just looks like I'm going to murder people. That's just my face, though. It's just my face.
I have hung out with Shelly, and I can honestly tell you she's one of the sweetest people I know. So don't let her.
I'm very nice. It just looks like I will kill you. Apparently, it keeps people away. I
don't know. Come to find out, that's not a positive attribute.
Oh, Yo, yes. Joe, what's up, man? How you doing, Joe? Appreciate you dropping by, bro. Thank you. God. Dan Karen, creative fundamentals. That's Shelly's secret. She's always pissed, like the Hulk.
Because you guys always want something to make me angry.
I'm always angry.
People don't do it the way I want. They don't do it right, so I'm angry. All the time.
I have seen Shelly go in. Oh, it's a sight when she goes in. Ooh-wee.
I don't know if you have seen me go in and actually be super angry.
I've never seen you angry.
Yeah,
I've seen you being sarcastically angry, but
yeah.
Well, where with me, I'm just full on sarcastic all the time.
I've seen you. I've listened to you in the clubhouse room about to go in on people. I've been there. It's a fight.
Well, it's only because they ask the same asinine question, and that is the thing that is quintessentially awful about Clubhouse is that the worst part is having to repeat yourself.
Cool her down. Here, don't get her heated.
But but the thing is and you're like, if you had just been here 5 minutes ago, or, you would have heard the answer because your question is not special. It was already asked over and over and over again. And that's the beauty of YouTube or something that's evergreen. I can be like, I've made that video, go watch it. I don't need to go into it right now to go watch it.
Shelly, let me ask you a question. Do you think, because a guy I've seen Roberto Blake, get his hackles raised on more than one occasion where someone will say something and he'll he'll tell him where the dog died. Do you think that there is a bias on YouTube that if a woman happens to go, wait a second, let me tell you something. I'm just telling you that where I'm from, that you get, oh, well, she's being bitchy, where a guy can get away with being like, oh, well, he was just being honest. Do you think there's that? Yeah. Because I feel that's true. Like, I think I can get away with murder. Like, I can say something horrible and then laugh. Like, oh, I was just kidding. Just fooling around. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, he's just kidding. But I always see, like, I've seen, like, certain females who just stand up for themselves as creators. And I think, well, oh, she's awfully, look at her.
I mistakenly do an eyebrow raise because I have an eyebrow tip, or something. And it looks like, like I will hear about it forever, where someone else can be like, dude, you're stupid. Shut up. They'll be like, you tell them like it is. You go. And I just had an eyeball twitch. And I'm like, did you see that? She's so passive aggressive.
Did you see Shelly side-eyed me?
Did you see that? Did you see that? So yeah, all the time. All the time.
It is tricky. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be like overly like, I'm not going to kill you. I think you're great. You know what I mean?
Now you just sound psychotic. Now you're just like, no, she's definitely going to kill me now. Did you see the way she did that? She smiled and told me she was going to kill me. I swear to God.
I will murder you.
It is. I think it's that, that's things that people don't talk about, all the time, that there is like, look at this panel we have here. Look at this mix of people we have here. It's like there's a different experience for everybody on this platform. I always make the joke because I'm half German and half Lebanese, which is like, welcome to the platform. You're a, Nazi terrorist. I don't know how that works out, but there's always a different experience for everybody who comes to the platform, and and how people will take you or interpret you. I get all the time that people are like, oh, your content's okay, but what's with the hair? Really? Of all the annoying things that I do, the hair is the thing that bothers you? You're not paying attention, my friend. I think you've been missing out on some of the other things that I've been offering up on the plate today. But it is. I sometimes think that everybody thinks you come to the platform, the experience is the same, the way the growth pattern is going to be the same, the things you need to do to grow a channel are the same, and it's not. You really have to.
It's really not. No.
You have to learn how to find your spot, have your voice, stick to your guns, and do the thing that connects with people in only the way that you can connect.
He said hair jealousy.
Hair jealousy.
And I'm like, I don't know how you've seen it.
Yeah, hair jealousy.
No, I absolutely would agree with you that did you just say? I thought you said spin doctors, and then threw me back.
Was it? No, it's gin blossoms. Hair. No, it's hay jealousy. Sorry, they should rewrite that song.
Gin blossoms. Yeah, no. But I thought you said spin doctors, which drove me into like, if you want to call me baby. I know, and then I was just like, oh wait,
all the hits from the '90s, right?
Actually, speaking of more musical talent, I had no idea that Shelly can string a few notes and lines together. I was shocked when she sent me a clip of her doing a Taylor Swift cover one day. And I'm like, wait, what? What? Where did this come from? Who is this?
Well, Shelly randomly will like go on Facebook and just pull out a guitar and start singing songs. And I'm just like, I didn't even know you could play. That's how I first I was like, I'd met her before. I'm like, I didn't know you could sing.
Well, see, that's what's funny about it is because you came to one of my live streams. Like, I didn't know you were doing that. God. We should do this. We should do this musical collab. And I'm like, oh, that's funny.
I was out. We were done here. I was like, the party was over. I'd left. I was in my car. I was driving home, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going back.
You know what's funny is I need to go back to that building that was set on fire and go make s'mores. Can I get some s'more of that SmackDown? Yes, you can.
Oh God. Man, please. All right.
So
how about that? How about that tech space, Pfeiffer? Is there a new iPhone coming out or something here? Come on, save me. Help me.
Eventually.
Actually, speaking of guitars, I just went to the guitar shop today because I had them go change out my strings. So I'm very excited. So there will.
Do they have guitar shops anymore? I feel like brick and mortar is dead. We all live in an internet world.
Well, this is a small. He does custom like guitars and like repair. So I had him originally like set up my guitar. So I was just like, oh, I don't want to go in there and do. So I just have him do my guitar strings. So
nice.
Yeah, because I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to.
Hoity-toity. I don't want to change my strings. I pay someone to do
I don't know how to. Because I would go watch a million YouTube videos and I'm sure I would probably just like ruin it. And I don't want to like, I would just be like, I would rather pay the money to have them do it correctly because I don't know how to do that. So I'm not a professional musician like Daniel Batal.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I changed my own strings because I'm professional, not because I'm too cheap to pay someone to do it. That's it.
Well, to be fair, too, like the strings have been on there for like 2 years. So it's time.
No. We've gone way off track here. Viper, was there something we were supposed to be talking about before we completely derailed the conversation?
No, not at all.
Right.
I do have an interesting question though. So we are all like, and I don't know, this never happened here on this live stream, but we are all using the exact same microphone. So I am curious. We'll start with Shelly. Why are you using, or what made you use the Shure SM7B, Shelly?
We had this discussion before, and it was because they sent it to me.
Oh,
and yeah, so I had made friends with one of the company, what would you call them? Like their representatives and stuff when you see them at the different conferences.
PR problem, yeah.
Yeah, and so I had been talking to them about the Shure MV88, the original one, not the 88 Plus, the one that was original Lightning for your cell phone or iPhone at the time only, and just pelting him with questions, wanting to like test it out, all this different stuff. And then at the end of it, he ended up giving me his card. We kept in touch. And at one point, I was going through this whole thing. He'd given me one of the MV88s actually to test and do a review on my channel. And like many, many years later, after keeping in touch with him, I was like, hey, I was thinking about starting this podcast. I was going to do this stuff. Would you guys be interested in sending me a mic so I could do that? And like, I can credit you in the description. And he said yes. So he was really super nice about it. And so that's the reason why I had this mic. I did a video, this mic versus the MV7, and I was saying how sometimes like this mic is overkill and a lot of people don't need it, and there's a lot of stuff you have to use to go with it. So it's not just you buy this $400 mic, you buy the additional cables, you buy the cloud lifter, you buy the Focusrite, or the interface. You have to buy a lot of additional stuff where you can just buy a separate mic that's USB or something and have it still sound amazing. So it's one of those like, do you really need this? Not always, not all the time, but is it really nice to have in your arsenal? Yeah, sure. So that's why I use it now, but there's a lot of other mics that I also love.
I'm about to say, so even though you were given the mic, obviously you could have went away from it at any time, but you still use it. So what brings you back to it? I guess the real question.
Well, I like when I'm doing my musical live streams as well. So I do one for the audio and one for the guitar. And so I'm always tinkering with that. So I usually am live streaming Sad Song Sunday is what I call it, where I take most songs that I know and I would depressify them and make them like half speed and just make them super sad. That's just my gift. And I just make sad, depressing songs that you just want to die to. And basically,
you should hear her version of "Here Comes the Sun." It's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
It's like,
I've never wanted to not see the sun as much as I
is there an
wanted
eclipse?
to.
Yeah. So I'm always tinkering with audio, just like always. So sometimes, yeah, but this is just the one I.
Oh, come on, not again. Oh, come on, come back.
Start the timer.
Start the timer.
It was like arm stand, and I hate so.
There she is. All right, gotcha. Cool. Daniel, what drew you to the Shure SM7B?
Everything Shelly said, and continues to say.
Oh God.
Shelly, you're breaking up on us if you can hear us at all.
I can hear you.
It was one of those mics. I've owned too many microphones because a lot of the mics that I've owned tend to be, because I worked in the studio for so many years, like any mic that I needed was available to me at the studio. So I didn't buy a lot of studio mics. I tend to buy a lot of live mics. So most of the mics in my world were all of the things that you'd be using to mic, guitar amps and things like that. So a lot of SM57s, 58s for vocals, live production stuff, a lot of, things that were more akin to miking drum kits and things. And I went through different vocal mics. And it got to the point where no one gave me this one. I'm not cool like Shelly. I have to change my own guitar strings. People don't give me mics. I have to buy them, and I have to sit there in between changing guitar strings and purchase a mic and have it delivered to my house.
I envy you because I'd like to have that skill, but I know myself well enough to know that I will mess that up, and I don't have that skill. So I actually am envious of you in that way.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I like the tonality. I think it's a fairly warm mic. It's a consistent mic. It works well for filming and works well for live streaming. Yeah. So I like consistency. I like something that I can just drag over, put in front of my face, and it usually sounds pretty good. And it's a fairly consistent mic, and that's the thing. I like things that work the way, without a lot of effort, they work the way I think they're going to work, and they do it consistently. If I can get that in my life, then I'm a very happy camper and creator.
Definitely. My story is not so interesting, but basically, I live stream a lot. Well, not much I used to, but I used to live stream like more than I do now. And I was looking to upgrade my microphone because I think at the time I've been using the Blue Yeti for a while, and that had stopped working. So I ended up getting like a Hypercast or whatever, but I wanted to get like a better mic. And I kept seeing this mic in a lot of videos and live streams on YouTube. I'm like, all right, everybody uses this mic. Why do they use this particular mic? So I did my research, found out that this is the mic that Michael Jackson used to record Thriller.
Yep.
Besides the fact that everybody on YouTube seems to like, everybody who's serious on YouTube anyway, seems to like and use this mic. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try this mic out. Use it. So I went ahead and I brought it. Like Shelly said, you can't buy the mic though. You got to buy the mic. You got to buy the cloud lifter. You got to buy the interface. You got to buy all the stuff. So you're talking about at that point almost $1,000 for audio equipment I had to buy just to use this mic. So I ended up buying all that stuff, and I've been using it, and I liked it. I also brought I have a Rodecaster Pro as well, Daniel, that I'm using to do all my videos and live streams, which is amazing. So I think what was the last year or the year before last, I ended up buying the Rodecaster, the Pro Rodecaster, whatever you call it, the actual microphone with it. So I was using the Rodecaster for a while, and I decided to go back to the Shure because I kind of just like the Shure, and I like the way that it kind of seamlessly blends into my video because a lot of times I wear black, so the camera doesn't pick it up and mess up my filming and things like that. So between the sound and the way it just naturally integrates into my videos, I just prefer this mic, and it's amazing. And I love the proximity effect when you get close. Oh, I love it.
I will say, if you're into Shure though, like the MV7, I think is such a good mic because it has the XLR, it has USB, it has the touch stuff that happens when you plug it in USB. They have the software that you download that will help you with the different audio patterns and like additional like EQ type stuff. So I think for less than half of the price, because it's around $249, it's such a good mic. But even if you go down to the MV51, which is that large condenser mic that looks like that old radio style, even that at $159 with the versatility of being able to then use it on your iPad, on your iPhone, with your computer, I think that's one of the best value mics that you can get. So I was just like, I don't want anyone to think that you have to have a $400 mic to get going, because like, honestly, sometimes I would just tell people buy that $150 mic from Shure, the MV51, because it's amazing. Or, you know, like the MV7, and just get yourself a new pop filter like this that looks like the SM7B, because like, I think for a lot of people, like, it's just overkill. It's just overkill.
It's serious overkill. Like I will freely admit that I probably spend way too much money on audio equipment, but I don't care. It makes my filming and live streaming a hell of a lot easier, and I love the way it sounds, so I don't care. I will gladly pay again for this setup if I had to pay it again. I don't care. It's just amazing. But
and you know what? And what people forget sometimes, I think they forget different mics sound different with different vocal tonality. So this mic may not sound great for you depending on your vocal tone. So especially you learn that deep, over time.
Like bassy voice, like the MV7 might be better anyway, because it does this. SM7B does not do sometimes really well with like really low, and I feel like the MV7 like makes your voice seem brighter. So if you're someone who's a very deep voice and it bottoms out a lot in some mic settings, like I feel like that might even be a better mic for you because of where it kind of has a happier place with tonality.
Yeah, and Joseph in the chat said that he's using the Samsung Q2U, which is a great mic because that mic that's USB and XLR. You can run it either way. There's always great options. It's a great sounding mic. Diana Gladney used that mic for a long time. So it's really a matter of find one that meets your price point, that does what you need it to do. I'll tell you the truth. Like what really made me buy this mic is randomly one day there was like, I think Amazon something. I think I got something happened. I ended up with like a $50 discount. And this, which was like $3.99 at the time, I could now get it $3.49, which makes no real difference. But it was enough to convince me to go, I've had my eye on it for a while. This is a classic mic. It's been around since the 50s and 60s, I think was the earliest. This is a reissue of it. They've remodded it a bit. So it's not the original one. And I've always liked it from the studios. And I went, all right, the price was right. I can save $50. I'll pull the trigger.
I feel like with audio, you can stay with the same mic for a decade, so if you are going to sometimes piecemeal it together, maybe you start with the $99, Blue Yeti, or, maybe a few years later, you decide you're ready to go into something a little higher up. But like, I feel like a lot of the time the audio equipment can stay with you for a very long time. So you could use this mic for 15, 20 years.
I was just about to say that, Shelly. Even though I spent an absurd amount of money for this whole setup, I never have to buy another mic again in my creative career, ever. Yeah. So.
And I still have, I have a Blue Yeti that I bought. That is
I think everyone does.
My son
honestly.
took it.
We all make fun of it. We all have one.
But like that
Really a
makes
creative. You don't have a Blue Yeti, yo. Are you really a
you
creative?
gotta have one.
Everyone
But
has
that-
to have one.
But that's a different mic because you can mute it right in the mic. It sounds
Yep.
great. It's got different polar patterns, so you can
4 patterns on
you
the
can
back.
change the pattern. So if you want to pick up more of the overall room sound, or you just want to keep it hypercardioid and keep it more towards the front facing, you can plug your headphones into the microphone, which means once you use that one mic to create that USB connection, it becomes your headphone connection as well. So it's really about like, what are you trying to create? What's your space? What are your needs? And what fits the overall the overall thing that you're trying to create effectively? And don't be afraid to, you know, like ask people what they're using. If you hear someone that you go, I love that sound, what are you using? And get some tips that way, because don't let the price point be the thing. Find something that you think works for your situation and use that.
Yeah, you say that, and I agree with you. Like, if you want the best audio possible, then yeah, price should not be an issue. However, I will freely admit, like Shelly said, that this is absolute overkill. Like, anybody who says this is not overkill must be a hell of a professional, but this is overkill for real.
Wow.
For YouTube, for YouTube, this is overkill. Yeah,
I know. I've had my eye on a couple of Neumanns that probably would make this one go like, that's not overkill. Let me show
but
you
you
overkill.
are kind of like Jason in that like professional musician audio space. I think for everyone else, they just buy whatever is trending or looks cool. Like you could actually probably be able to tell the difference between mic A and mic B and why you would use one in certain situations versus the other. Most of the people don't have that either life experience or the wherewithal to go do a whole bunch of research to be like, this is why it applies to me or does not apply to me in this case. And it's why I still choose to use it.
Like
So-
a perfect example, we were talking earlier, this would probably be the wrong mic if you want to create something that you're filming and your mic is typically out of shot. This was really a great mic for voiceover and having it in the shot when you're live or doing something where you don't mind the mic being in shot. But a lot of times I don't like when I'm doing a video that's an edited video. I don't like it in the shot. I like it feeling like I'm talking through the camera to the person I'm trying to reach. So that's why I use a different microphone for that. That sounds decent from a distance.
Right.
Same.
So speaking of audio, we got to bring in YouTube resident audio guru and my head of security, El Jefe, bro.
Yay. Hey, buddy.
Hey,
Oh, I see you got that MV7. Heck yeah. See?
I'm living the MV7 life. I had to
It's
bring
a
you guys.
good mic. It's
I had
a
to
really
speak to
good
the
mic.
virtues of USB mics. So
I'm with you. No, I get it. And you know what's
That
funny
was
about the MV7 is you only get that touch audio stuff when you plug it in via USB and not XLR. So additional functionality unlocked when you use USB. So I mean, there's that.
yeah, no, for sure. No, and those are the SM7s are dope. And when I was looking at the two, because where I came from before this one was the Samson Q2U, and that's a $50 mic that sounds it punches so high up above its own weight class that I was like, all right. But then when this one came along, it was one of the homies had a deal. He was like, yeah, I didn't like the way it sounded. I didn't like the way my voice sounded on it. So it was basically brand new, plugged in once, put back in the box, and he sold it to me for $1.75. So I was like, shh, say
That's
less.
nice.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
Absolutely.
So, but I'm on the other side of it though, because that's why I'm being what do you call it, contrarian, because I like having the mic in my shots,
Yeah.
like in my videos. And the cool thing about it is, especially because of the audience that I speak to, these guys are watching my videos with like headphones or earbuds or whatever, so they really don't mind seeing it. They actually appreciate the improvement in the audio quality, but also making sure that you do a little bit of tweaking. Like I use Audacity. I'm learning how to use Ferrite on the iPad, so I can have 100% iPad production. But you know, we're kind of getting there, and it's definitely improving. But this mic is legit. I really do enjoy it.
I think it's a really great mic, and I think it's a really great mic for people who've always wanted to look at the SM7B, but they didn't really understand what they are not getting, but not really realizing how much extra stuff you have to get into it. And I think the Shure MV7 meets that perfect middle spot. Like it's a really solid mic.
It's an investment. You got to really know your stuff. Like when I was looking into it and stuff, and you know, I was watching people's different videos on the setups, and I was watching my buddy Bandrew from Podcastage, and he was going through all the different steps, and I was just like, no, I'm not going that route. I just didn't want to add all the extra complexity to my own setup.
Yeah.
You know, I want to keep things as simple as I can. like, you know, doing the videos and stuff. I don't color grade anything anymore. I just made sure that the lighting looked good enough to where I didn't have to color grade or do anything weird with it. So just to try to simplify things as much as possible.
I'm with you. I use my live stream setup now for my main channel videos. I don't color grade. I don't do any audio processing except for sometimes bump up like the volume level because it's a little low, but like I don't do anything else. I just
That's
Well,
right.
when the time comes, I'm gonna do like Daniel. I'm gonna get one of the Sennheiser and just throw that thing way up, you know, up on a boom arm, and just kind of get it out of the shot when the time comes. Because when I try to do that with this or with the Samson, oh, forget it. If I try to have it out of the shot, dude, it's.
But the funny thing is like Jeff, like my Sennheiser doesn't. If I get any distance on it for live, it picks up too much of the room. It records differently than it broadcasts. So again, it's application. And I think a lot of people, like, they forget like dumb things like these are XLR microphones. Like these aren't USB. So you got to make sure that you're going through some sort of, you know, analog to digital interface, not just a preamp, but getting something that converts an analog signal back into digital. Whereas a USB mic, you can plug right into your laptop. It's one of the great reasons why a lot of people buy, you know, a lot of those Blue Yetis. It plugs right in on the go.
It's so simple.
It's all the, and you know, buying all that stuff, because I still have over there all those orange lights and stuff. So I still have an ART voice strip that I use for certain things. On top of that, I've got a Focusrite Scarlett, because even the preamps you'll put in front of these mics have their own colorization and change the tonality of the mic. So when I tell you it is a vortex you can get sucked into as an audiophile that you finally go, listen, if you find something that works, stop looking. Just, you know.
Because you always also then be like, ooh, what do they got? What can I
what pretty lights does he have going on there? How can I get them pretty lights?
Dude, it's so bad. And that's the same thing where I try to like preach that to like my audience. It's like, hey, if you have something that works,
just go with it.
Yeah. Enjoy what you have.
My buddy says, if it ain't broke, don't break it.
You're right.
Dude, it's so simple, man. But hey,
I will say
one thing. Sorry, Shelly, I didn't mean to cut you off. One thing
good.
I wanted to say is I'm so excited. We don't have everything like fully sewed up yet, but I'm 99.9% certain that we're all going to be hanging out at Vid Summit. So I'm so excited.
Sweet.
But it's so different now because we're going to be working, Shelly.
I know.
So
I was thinking about that actually. I was like, oh, before, you know, you could be, not that I was, because I'm an extreme introvert. I was gonna say you could be a social butterfly, like flitting around. But like if I have to be parked in a booth and people are gonna like be able to come talk to me anyway, I'm just gonna be like, there's no place to run or hide. I just have to be here. And that is terrifying to me because like not that I don't want to talk to people, but it's just like it is so draining after a while at the end of the day when I'm just like, I have to be there for 8 or 9 hours. There's no escape. You just stay there and talk to whoever comes up.
It's like a little scary. Last Vid Summit, that's all. Daniel was just in the booth, and I kept going by, and I'm like, man, Dan's still there.
All of them, Social Media Market World, VidCon, all of the ones Clamor. I would go in the booth,
and it's not that's not fun. It's just tiring, right?
It's just sit there, and I would talk nonstop from whenever they opened till whatever 6 at night. I would get a short lunch break or run away and just grab a glass of water, just get away from the booth. Right back, we were booked up back to back, and it was like, now look at my channel. Now talk to me. How can you grow my channel? What am I doing wrong? And it would be the entire event. I'd fly in, get right to the booth, work the whole thing. Right. And literally as we were breaking down the booth, get in an Uber and go to the airport and go home. I was like, by the time I got home, I was like, don't anyone talk to me for the next 24 hours. I'm going to go sleep.
I had that at VidCon experience. I literally went back to the hotel and I was going through the little cafeteria place. And I was like, yeah, I've been talking too much to people and I'm an introvert. And he was like, 1 pizza, 2 sodas. Here's your total. And I was just like, I love you. You understand me.
Perfect.
Because as much fun as it is to go to these events and be around other creators, especially, I think you guys would also know a lot of creators tend to be introverts. And sometimes, you know, you're by yourself in a room talking to a camera, and it's much, much different than when you're in person talking to each other and real life interfacing. And it can be like, even though it's fun, it's very like exhausting after a while. So I'm also anticipating that like being there in that environment, it's like I want to talk to everyone. I want to go see the people, but also then knowing that people are going to come and talk about whatever. And you have to be there all day. And I'm like, oh, but I had bought my ticket because I was just going to be a attendee. And I'm like, I had talks or, you know, people that I think that I want to see or hang out with. But I'm like, oh, it's probably going to be way different because we'll be working, right? So we'll be there. And I think it's just going to be a completely different experience this year than other years past.
Yeah,
Jeff?
I think Travis told us that we should probably get the replays like we did before, because if you're working, you're pretty much going to miss a lot of it.
Yeah, you miss everything, right? Because you're out
right.
there, and you're just, So, yeah.
What's up, Mike?
So Jeff, Shelly, I promise that when I see you at VidSummit, I will not talk to you about my channel. I promise. I'm not doing that.
And not to be mistaken. I mean, obviously that's what we're there for, and we want to talk to everyone. I'm just saying, as someone who is an extreme introvert, just knowing the sheer number of people, even though VidSummit is significantly smaller, and knowing that you do that from morning until night or whatever, like I'm anticipating that I will be mentally and emotionally like just exhausted before at the end of it.
I believe it.
Yeah. I can see that. I just hope they get chairs, because last time I was there, VidIQ, they had them standing up the whole time, and I was like, hey, chairs, or it's going to be a deal breaker for me, because I'm not going to be have me standing up for 10, 12 hours a day. Like I used to do that before. Those days are past. Those days are over.
No, like, chair, I'm gone. We're not doing it here.
I'll bring my own. I'll bring a launch. I'll bring a lawn
Dan,
chair, man.
Dan, if you're gonna sneak me drinks, then I mean, Pepsi.
Oh yeah.
I mean? Like,
Listen, hey, if you need a adult refreshment, you just give me that.
I used to always be
I'll
like,
come running.
Can we get 7-Up? Can we get some Pepsi over here?
Here's your latte.
That's right.
It's got a lot.
Is there some
It's
Baileys
got a
in there?
lot.
Some Kahlua?
Lot of Baileys in it.
Wild theory, emphasis on the wild part of it.
Guys, I need to go take a break. I need a break.
It's a Dunkin' Donuts. I dunked an entire bottle of vodka right inside it.
That's all I need is people coming by, like checking my drink, being like, "Let me have a sniff of that before." Are you getting sauce over here?
Welcome to the Two Buddy booth. Saves the Shelly, shaves the cell. What can I do for you?
You're so pretty. Oh my god!
Did I ever tell you about how Daniel Patel won't play guitar with me?
Oh, God.
I don't even change my own strings.
Oh,
I don't know how to. It's different.
I'm going to keep a GoPro rolling the entire time.
Oh, body cam it. Body cam it.
You sound a little bit like angry that I don't I know my weaknesses, and that is absolutely it's not. I'm not gonna like mess up my guitar trying to take out this pin and wind the string and then have it snap back on me. Like,
we hear you.
No.
Eric Clapton said the same thing.
Okay,
I'm sure.
Talk about this a little bit. Daniel, I know you're a professional musician, so you've been playing for a while. But Shelly, how long have you been playing?
Okay, I think you need to also clarify. Like, I know like enough chords to like sometimes do a cheater version of a song. Like, I am not talented. We'll just say
that's a lie.
It's been many, many years, but I've been playing badly for all those years.
That's all right, but you're playing
because I'm self-taught and I didn't take lessons because I'm not like Daniel with like the. Yeah.
I was self-taught. I didn't take lessons. So come on now, what are we doing here? You're throwing me under the bus. I make one drunk Shelly joke, and now I'm thrown under the bus.
And you know who's driving the bus?
You? No. Oh wait, you hire someone to drive the bus because you don't drive your own bus, right?
I don't have a CDL license. Come on, let's stay legal.
Uber everywhere, man.
Oh man.
Yes.
I just gonna say the amount of value we're providing to the audience right now is this.
Oh, it's probably slim to none.
It's immeasurable.
Oh no, this is entertainment right here, baby. This is good stuff.
I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for it though.
Actually, you know what though? I did a live stream yesterday that was honestly probably just a complete shit show where I said the same. I was like, there's no value in this live stream except to tell you that like this is all the stuff that creators just don't tell you, which is like I made a TikTok or Instagram reel about like just trying to make an intro, like a 5-second intro, and like how many times I messed it up and flubbed it, just awful. And I'm like, this is the problem is you come on and you see us being like, hey guys, welcome to the stream and we're gonna do all these cool things. And you're like, oh, I can't do that, or I don't look like that, or I don't sound like that, or my setup doesn't look like that. And I'm like, no one does. We've been doing this 60 takes for that 1 5-second thing that you just saw. That's what you don't see, you know? So like, don't look at that and be like, I can't do it. And you're like, we can't do it. We can't do it.
If we left all the mess ups in, our videos would be at least 3 times as long.
My God.
gosh.
Oh yeah.
I love it when I work with creators and we do a collab and they send me all the raw footage and they go, "You'll edit it, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." I took Matt Geelan's content. He sent me the full thing, and I took all of the stuff where he was swearing and losing his mind, edited it together, and then sent it to him.
I think those are like
just the worst.
I'm like, people don't talk about this. They think, you know, like it's all like sunshine and rainbows. And I was just like, excuse me. And I said, it's like, it's not a walk in the park. It's like All Hallows Eve and you're going across a haunted mansion, like graveyard, trying to walk across. Like it's nothing like you probably, so like stop thinking that like any of us have got it all together, because behind the scenes we're like, why are we doing this with our lives most of the time?
I said before and I'll say it again. I have done over 500 videos, and every time I make a video, I fumble my work every single time. It never fails. It's just something I have to live with and edit to the best of my ability. But there is no such thing as Viper shooting a perfect video. It's never happened yet.
Yeah, and that's why I'm just trying to tell people, like, you don't have to like get freaked out about it or think like, you know, like we can't do it either. So just don't worry.
If you ever have a perfect take, one of two things will happen. Either one, you forgot to turn on the mic.
Yep.
Or two, you forgot to push record on the camera.
Yeah.
One of those two. If you ever have a perfect take, I had one just the other day. I had a perfect take. I was like, freaking nailed that. Hell yeah. And then I look, and then when I go to push stop recording, it started recording.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that's not the sound it makes when it goes off.
I've had that so many times, and I'm like, but it was so good.
Or the worst, when you shoot a 15-minute video and the memory card ran out of juice like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Like no. What?
I had to walk off. Like it was a perfect take. I had to walk away because it was a 5-minute
sometimes
take.
You like walk it
So
off.
I was like, I had to walk.
Microphone not pushed all the way into the camera input.
Yes.
No.
Recording
So
to a
many
separate
times.
audio recorder. You got the camera going, but you forgot you hit pause, and it's only paused on the audio recorder.
I've also had it happen
away.
where like the audio stopped halfway through, and I didn't know because it was on, you know, the road that has the 9-volt battery, and you can't see the light, the indicator on the back because it's on the back, and so like you just like am watching the footage back and editing, like no big deal, and then all of a sudden it's just like no audio, and I'm like, what the hell? Like just gone.
We've all done it. We've all done it too. It's like I have more outtakes of me swearing at myself. Like I'm like, God damn it, Daniel, what are you, a pro? I'm screaming at myself, and I'm like, oh right, I'm sorry.
In the video, you're like, you literally see me being like, pull it together. Like,
well, that's it,
because
you got to have the line. You're like, today I want to talk to you about, God damn it. Okay, today
I cannot even tell you how many times I've messed up my name.
Oh, dude.
Like, as if, like, it should be the easiest part of the intro. Hey, everyone, it's Shelly. I think. Is that my name?
Am I
God
Shelly?
damn it. Like, it's just the worst.
I no longer say my name.
Right. You know who I am.
I gave up on that.
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah, so.
Yeah,
That's
that's
that you all just don't see, that we have to go through to put out the content for you all.
Yeah.
Y'all just understand.
Everybody knows. Everybody in the chat room who's ever tried to film has said the same thing.
Oh,
It's like, you name it. Like me, it's like, on I'll be in the middle of a hot take and everything will be working. And then like, you know, I live in the Seacoast. We're all like, you know, hot rodders and, you know, Harley riders out here. And you'll just have right in the middle of a great take. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, let's try that again.
Oh, you live on a racetrack too, huh, Daniel?
I feel like it.
I live on a racetrack.
They built a house behind me that was an empty piece of property forever. And they started working on it because it was so far set back. It was pure ledge, and they had to jackhammer their way all of the sewer and water lines from the street 300 yards back to the house. And for the entire season, there was an excavator with a chipper hammer attached to it. And from 7 o'clock in the AM to 7 p.m., go. I'm filming it like 2 in the morning, like, hey, it's your old pal Daniel. I had a chance to sleep.
At least you're in the cave. No one would ever know what time it is, right? Like,
well, that's actually why I started recording at night, because of where I live. We had construction going on for 2 years. So they were doing the same thing, but they were, you know, working from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 p.m. I'm spending time with the family until the evening. So now I'm in the habit of when I normally record every video, even years later now, I'm usually recording somewhere between 11 and 3 in the morning.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, you're the vampire. You're a YouTube vampire right now. Sometimes you can't change that
Who
lifestyle.
needs sleep, right? That's why I got shades.
Jeff is completely asleep right now. His eyes are closed. He's just able to function without actually being awake.
He's on autopilot.
But I just have to, I feel like there should be more creators who sometimes talk about this stuff, because all we seem to show is sometimes the good stuff. And then all these people are like, that's what they see. And that's what they think that they need to try and achieve. And we're all like, it's so funny. Like, we all suck. But like, we don't share that with them. You know, we just let them believe that we're together.
What did we say earlier? It takes a lot of effort. Takes a lot of effort to make it look effortless.
Yeah.
My voice burns out. Like, so a lot of people don't know, like, I don't know how you guys do it, but I know when I record my videos, I usually will do 3 takes for each video. Sometimes 2 if I'm feeling good, but usually be 3. When we're talking about 15 to 20 minute videos, 3 takes, that's an hour worth of me talking. So by the time that hour is done, I'm just like, my voice is just ghost. So the first take, I have this deep voice. And then by the third take, it's super raspy. And I'm just like, okay, so which one sounds better here? Let's see. So, oh, dude, but that's like, it's so much that goes into it behind the scenes. It's so wild, man. But hey, I'm
So
going
you
to get out
start
of
off
here, man.
sounding like you're like Luther Vandross.
That's right.
and then by the end, it's just like it's
more
just
like
full
Billy
on
Idol
gravel
a
pit.
little
It started
Billie
with
Eilish.
as like Barry White and ended as Billie Eilish, you know.
That's
Man, guys, it's
crazy.
good. It was good chatting with you guys. I got to go get to cooking dinner for the family. But
Man,
I'm not far behind you, so I want to say
Yeah.
thank you as well. It's good seeing all you guys. Vipe, thanks for having me
Hey,
on
I
as well.
appreciate both of y'all. Thank you.
yeah, man. I know, can't wait to hang out with everybody, man.
Yes.
Yeah, same.
You
Looking
guys all
forward
have a
to it.
great night.
You too,
All right,
man.
guys. See you.
So close.
Bye.
So close. Hey, me and you, Shelly. Been a while. What's up?
Yeah. Not much.
Oh my God, this is the most fun I've had on a Friday night in a long time. This
Yeah.
has been
Oh,
great.
that's good. That's good.
This has been great. Wow. Oh my God.
I will say, like, I stream, on Thursdays, and I did this whole stream yesterday about the whole what people don't really talk about when you're YouTubers, and just had this full on mental breakdown, like live as you do. Just being like, every once in a while, like, I don't feel like people just understand the
Oh, come back.
the brevity of
Come on, come back.
very much, and I don't really. But I was just like, this is where I'm at right now in life, is because I was just.
Wow.
I was like, my husband knew, like, I was not in a good headspace, so he just kind of like brought me this like chocolates and like set it down on my desk. I was like, if you see not only a bowl of candy, but like a whole bunch of chocolate, Shelly's not in a good spot. So I was having this whole mental conundrum because, I just got this new job and starting to like film these videos and like realizing like, hey, this is not some video that is going to be seen by, let's say, 100 people at the end of the week. This is, a video that will see by thousands of people on a channel that has 500,000 people like subscribe to it. And I was just like, that's different. Like, just being like, what am I doing? So yeah, I had a full on, like, I felt like nervous breakdown yesterday. And I feel like, but if you're looking from the outside, you're just like, hey, Shelly got a new job, way to go, hey, you go, girl. But like inside, like, I'm literally just being like petrified of like, oh my God, this is like great, but it's also like the worst. But it's also, if you're not uncomfortable, you're probably not growing in some way. So it's just like that evolution and graduation, but it's also like, this is scary shit, man. So
Listen, for the 99th time, they could not have picked a better person. Like, you have been ready for this for such a long time. It's just a natural evolution of the things that you've been doing on YouTube over the past few years. Since I've
it
known
is
you.
scary. I was thinking, so what's funny is last night I was we were counting the number of times I've actually been over on the channel, which I didn't really realize before, but 14 times I've been on their channel.
Ooh,
So
wow.
it's not like I'm new to
Right.
their audience or new to the space or like anything like that, but I'm still like in my head being like, oh my God, I can't do this. This is crazy. So I just want people to know out there that even though it looks like, oh, hey, this is really awesome. And like, not that a single person has said anything like mean about it, but it's just like that feeling that you have of like, oh my God, someone's going to see my stuff. is the same feeling that you have when you're a brand new creator and you're like, oh my God, someone is going to see my stuff. So it's all relative in terms of, you know, the creator path that we're all on. So just know that wherever you're at, like this is the same for everyone.
No doubt. Dan said no pressure, no pressure.
Oh God, I know, right? Well, and then the worst thing is like the worst pressure is not from like the audience, or it's from myself. So,
Right.
and
Yeah, it's
like
almost
trying
like
to be nicer to myself is something I'm working on.
yeah, it's almost like that whole imposter syndrome thing we talk about a lot. When you get
Oh
to a
yeah,
certain
completely.
point and you get that imposter syndrome and you feel like you don't belong. But what I say is you got to think about the things that you went through to get to that point. All the times you spend filming, editing, being in front of a camera, all the hours that you put in, all the blood, sweat, and tears that you went through to get to that particular point where you're at that moment. If you think about it like that, then maybe you don't feel so impostery because you know you put in the work to be there and you deserve to be there.
You always still feel impostery. You just
Yeah,
still got to
true.
do it anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But how are you, man? How's everything going?
I'm good. I'm just out
I
here
was
doing
proud
my-
of you. I saw that you put out your video saying that you're no longer just, you know, man about Apple, which you never were. You're man about tech, which makes
Yeah,
sense.
indeed. Yeah, expanding the content on the main channel, so that should be
That's
fun.
great.
Definitely.
I know you were feeling
Working
kind of nervous about that. How you feeling now? It seems like people are taking it very, very well.
They are, which is kind of I don't know why I'm surprised because you know how
Yeah.
when people get used to something they are sometimes apprehensive about change, but I think people will realize that I have always covered all of the tech. I just in the last 18 months kind of niched down to Apple to try to grow the channel, but now that I know I'm fighting a robot that will never stop coming from my neck, I just don't care anymore. You know what? The hell with it.
I
If the
think
robot
there is something to be said about, you know, having some fun, you know,
oh yeah,
and that's why I think that's awesome. And I think it'll be great.
it
So
will.
I'm kind of doing the same where, you know, because of the transition and the job and stuff, they would probably prefer maybe that there's not some content that's more contradictory or like parallel to whatever content that they would have me create on their channel. So a lot of the time where I've done in the past, maybe some YouTube advice or stuff like that is maybe not going to be the direction where I'm going to be taking my channel in the future. So I'll be doing same as you. So even though I've always done like video editing and, you know, iMovie or different things like that, now I really am stepping into that and tech reviews and doing that and less of the YouTube stuff. So I'm also kind of doing a transition to in content and letting go of some stuff and embracing others.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird though if you were like doing the YouTube stuff for TubeBuddy full time, then you came back and did it on your own channel. I mean, you could do it, but then you might get burned out after a while by doing the same
Yeah.
content on two channels. So yeah, I can understand that definitely.
Yeah. So I think it was always like a bit of what I was doing, but now it'll really be like any of that kind of stuff that I would be in the YouTube realm would, you know, it makes sense. It would be where they would want it on the main channel. And then all the stuff that I've always talked about anyway with video editing and, you know, mobile apps and all that good stuff, then I can just do more of that. So it sounds good.
Indeed, absolutely. I mean, like I said, you are in a perfect position to make it happen for TubeBuddy, and on your main channel, you can pretty much do whatever and explore and grow and spread your wings and do all the good things. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it's exciting. It's an exciting time. So and I guess if I was going to what's funny is I had been telling them for years. At one point I was like, "Phil, you got to get me out of corporate. You got to get me out of my job, man. You got to help me out. You got to find a role. You got to create a role for me." And you know, 3 years later, they did. They found a role for me. And so now it's just me being like, "Oh shit, scary." But like
So
awesome.
you told him that you wanted him to like find you a role 3 years ago. You said that?
Oh, many, many years ago. Yeah. I mean, for years and years, because I've always I've always loved their company. I've always like loved the people that work there. I mean, Andrew came to Seattle YouTube Day. I mean, just I've always been Team TubeBuddy and always Team Phil. Phil is the one who got me to VidCon in the first place. And I think we talked about that where I then eventually ended up crashing the VidCon hotel party and different stuff like that. But he's the one who paid for my ticket to go to VidCon.
Wow.
And I have such a love for that company. I remember I was like, if I'm going to work for anyone, I would want it to be like for Phil. So I had told him maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. I was like, Phil, you got to find something for me because I wasn't super happy at my job anyway. And I was just like, I need something. Find something for me to do over there. I don't know if you need more help with channel reviews. They were just starting to launch that, or it's like if there's something else, like just find something for me. It was literally
that is pretty cool. I haven't really had a chance to talk to him much. I mean, I think he might have been in my clubhouse room maybe once or twice, but I've never really had a chance to talk to him. But he seems like a pretty cool dude.
He's the nicest, yeah.
And even though I am sponsored by VidIQ, I love TubeBuddy, man. TubeBuddy has amazing people over there working with them, and they just added another one. So shout out to TubeBuddy. So
VidIQ has some good, I mean, I know you're working with them, and I know, like, Travis, and I love Travis dearly, and he's here in Seattle with me, and, El Jefe, he's like amazing. I mean, they got some good people working over there. I think we got some good people working on our side. I mean, I don't see that big knockdown drag out battle needing to happen because, we're all just trying to help people.
Yeah, I mean, I think like you said, at the end of the day, we're all trying to accomplish the same thing. Even if we go about it in different ways, we're all trying to go after the same stuff. So yeah, obviously there's going to always be that little rivalry or whatever, but I don't think it's anything like negative or like toxic or anything like that. It's all in fun. So yeah, like I say, even though I'm sponsored by VidIQ, I'll be walking over to the TubeBuddy booth at Summit. Absolutely, I have friends with TubeBuddy. Damn right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I cannot stop talking about VidSummit, Shelly, because I'm so excited to go back. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited because I haven't really been leaving the house or traveling. And so I feel like going to those events is really going to signify this whole like light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
Like coming out of this, like this other side and feeling some normalcy again. I'm pumped about that.
Yes, yeah. And it will definitely be nice to see everybody in person and maybe get some hugs in and hang out and talk stuff. Man, it could be great. And like I was kind of wondering how this summer will go, just because we are coming right off the pandemic, and I figure some people will still be apprehensive about getting together and large events and things like that. But everybody I've talked to, it just seems like, oh no, we can go to VidSummit. We are going to VidSummit. So I was talking to Daniel earlier. I felt like one or two things would happen with this VidSummit. I felt like either it'll be like probably the smallest one they've ever done, and it'll be like more intimate, or it's gonna be major and everybody's gonna show up. And I think we're moving towards the latter. I think it's gonna be major and people are just gonna show out because they're ready to go. They're tired of COVID. They're ready to travel. We're open back up. So I think people are about to show up and show out for this VidSummit like something never before. So I think this is going to be special.
They still always have a limit, like a top end limit, I think, because of, like the hotel and the capacity limits, and they try and keep it intentionally small. But I think they would probably sell out because I feel like a lot of people have really felt disconnected from community. And this honestly is probably one of the best conferences there is. And so I really have to give it to Daryl, and that entire team. And I know that they had to delay before and push it out, and they really tried, I think, to do the digital event and like keep people safe and be like, hey, we're moving it out again. And I can't imagine. It's got to be a tough spot for them too, because they probably lose money, or they can't have people come, or like schedules get rearranged. So I can't envy the position that they're in, but I think that a lot of people are really feeling like, hey, it's starting to be safe. We're starting to see more of these vaccines roll out, are starting to really feel like we're getting back to something that feels safe. So I think it's going to be great. So.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a major turnout. Like, even on the other side of the pandemic, they're going to have a major turnout for this event, and it's going to be amazing. And I just cannot wait to get back out there. It's been too long.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can finally get back to In-N-Out. Gotta go back to In-N-Out. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go jet and have dinner as well. But thanks for bringing me on. Sorry, I don't know if it was my internet that was completely crapping out, but
no, thank you for making the time. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Always nice to talk to you. Absolutely. I will catch you on the socials.
All right. I'll see you later. Thanks,
Definitely.
everyone. Bye.
Right. Whoo! Oh my goodness, y'all. I cannot remember the last time I had this much fun on a Friday Night Viper. Oh my God. Wow. Like, what an amazing show. Shout out to Daniel Patal. Shout out to Shelly. Shout out to my man El Jefe. All of them for making time tonight to join me on the show. Wow, what an amazing evening. Like, again, I I don't remember the last time I had this much fun, like just talking and just shooting the shit on the show. Like, wow, utterly amazing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Man, it was great. I really didn't know what I was going to talk about tonight because I really had nothing planned or anything, but it turned out absolutely amazing because I have amazing creative friends that back me up, and it was just amazing. And hopefully you guys had as much fun watching and listening as I had been on the show tonight with Daniel and Shelly and Jeff. So kudos to them. Shout out to them. Thank you all for hanging out and supporting. Thank you guys for donating. The ones that donated, thank you for donating. Again, I tell you guys all the time, your donations are not required, but whatever you can donate, greatly appreciated. So I appreciate the donation tonight. But I'm about to get up out of here so I can go relax and do whatever. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday evening and have an amazing weekend. And I will definitely catch you guys on the socials. As I tell you all the time, hit my Twitter. But until the next time, people, this your boy Viper, the man about tech. You know where to find me. So come back for more.